Alright, let's go.
We going Nepal.
Nepal.
Alright.
Alright guys, we killed on this map in OD, so let's go.
Yeah.
Forgot I
Shrine
said
is the
that.
one with the thingy in the middle. So, do we want to try triple tank or do you want to go 2-2-2?
Who the fuck is in the background?
We're going to run
That your mother?
Zarya Hammond.
No, that's my boy being stupid.
Oh, okay.
Alright, let's do. I'm like,
Is that your mother?
look, I totally shush
Do you
him.
wanna
Go 2-2-2.
We're going to run
I'm busy.
Hammond.
Alright, let's do that. Yeah, run Zarya Hammond.
And then Moira.
Oh, we can see this.
So the real reason we won is because I was wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
Let's put new
And
one
then
on
you're
the Korean-
running
new
that
one
skin
the
with
Korean
that
and
shirt.
Dink on the
Can't
Zarya.
believe you.
Yeah. What in the fuck?
Looks good.
Look, Dank isn't even in our group. Bless
Plus.
Why am I not?
He's in tight.
Oh yeah.
Dink,
You gotta
remember
invite
they're
me
gonna
to
be running the Ana, so try to hold your
bubbles for purple. Got it.
yeah, for if Mew gets antied or if you get antied. I should be forwarding through this.
I'll speed boost when we're closer.
The Ryan,
Gonna hit speed boost and
Junkrat, Moira.
Yeah, we should do speed boost a lot sooner there, because I know that's something we talked about. Me and you talked about before.
Ryan slow, Ryan slow.
The fuck
Ryan
is that?
Hartley, Ryan Hartley. Nice.
You up.
Get you behind, get you behind.
Damn,
Left side, left side.
Get you
One
one.
Moira.
So I probably should have called Moira low there.
Moira's down.
Get you still
We might
behind,
have been
make
able to focus her down, but you guys playing on point and me bothering her. Hold on, let me pause.
Took away her healing
Yeah.
from point.
So it's not. They're playing like they still have a main healer while she's just dueling me because I'm being super annoying.
They're running more.
And that's kind of why the Hammond triple tank works, is because you guys do get to turtle on point while I go do hamster things.
Bother the back line and they can't really deal with you if it's just the healers.
Yep, and unless they hard peel for me, it's really easy to just like at least kill one of them or harass both of them.
And if they hard peel, we can capitalize on that.
I'm 75 to my hamster.
I'm at 72.
That Doom's half.
Lucio.
Right side. Oh, that's beautiful.
So I went for the flare, but I should have seen they pushed in here. Ideally, I'm playing with the team, and I just boop them out as they're coming in.
Yeah.
Swinging from like up here, and boop them out, and do another slam like I did in the first engagement, because I literally got the Moira to like 30 HP. And that's why she felt like she had to duel me in the first engagement. Whereas right here, they get to go to point for free, and I don't do my job as a hamster here. I just kind of like sit behind them, being useless.
Yeah, we're down with three.
Backing up real quick, I'm backing up.
Lucio one.
I'm going back in. Oh, I got pinned. I'm down.
Winnable maybe? Alright, I'll stall.
3 and 3 on point.
I'll stall. Press his Q. So they didn't have. I noticed they didn't have any hard CC besides the Doom and the Rhine pin. So I was like, okay, unless they land those skills. Yeah, the shadow misses me, and I'm like, alright, unless they have a skill shot, I can literally just swing around here. They missed the pin as well. They just keep getting booped off point.
Yeah, we're still.
Ryan's one.
Oh.
More.
Dean makes the call.
I can grab this.
We go on the Moira on the run.
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna just throw it. But you know what happens.
We're good. We don't need the reassurance. I was like, I'll stall this. Mid game, Dank.
Okay. I'm like, everybody just kind of jumped on me. I'm like,
No, it's all good. Like in that situation, we're just calling it that quickly just so it doesn't accidentally.
It just took me by surprise. I'm like, oh god.
Because with an ult as important as grab, you do kind of have to communicate it to your team or just like let them know when it's gonna happen. And you usually want it beginning to mid fight. So throwing it in there at the end would have been a big misplay.
I thought they had more up. So
So yeah,
I
we
thought
were
that-
just like, no, don't do
I'm gonna
it.
try to win this with just minefield here. They don't.
I'm sleeping. I'm
Okay.
sleeping. I'm sleeping.
Also got
Oh,
sound barrier.
wait. Call bubbles. Call bubbles.
Can I get topped off?
Beam, heal beam.
Yep.
Bubble beam, I bubble beam. They wasted one.
Using all.
Fine one. Fine low in the back. Don't. Fine
one
low.
down.
Fine low.
I think we slam in minefield here.
Zarya one on side. Zarya
Yeah,
one
it
on
was.
side.
This is just a clean map. There's not really much to say about this.
Lucio, 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 Lucio.
On low.
Lucius down.
Pretty low.
We 99-0
Nice.
dead, or 100-0.
Sorry, John.
Nicely
Nice job.
done, guys.
As for what did work, the people that should have stayed on point and played together did play on point together. Niwu didn't go and try to make plays too much, so he didn't get punished. They didn't really have any chance to pick him out because he was just with the healers, with the tanks. I didn't do too much as far as like trying to pick up frags. I was just like, let me be disruptive, let me be annoying, let me be a presence.
That gold hero damage though.
I mean, that happens just from rolling through people.
Yeah, I know.
But the 0 deaths is what I like. I
Yep.
don't give a shit about the other shit. I like the 0 deaths. We played really well. I think the only people that died were our squishies, 1 or 2 fights.
I think on their second attack, it was just me and you on point.
Oh, right. Yeah, there was that one stall. But we played that pretty damn well.
Yeah, for sure. Looking good right now.
We're looking real good. Let's get it.
And then we put Mew on Bastion, so let's watch this.
Yeah, that was an awful idea. Who thought that was a good
So we
idea?
just keep
I mean,
running.
I mean,
almost.
So, I know you're not super confident in your Roadhog. Dank does play Orisa. If you do want to practice your Bastion, this is something we can run.
Okay.
Okay.
In the safe Yeah. corner, right?
Yeah,
I was
safe
just
corner.
thrown off by the
There
Pharah.
we go.
Like, really
I kept
good.
blowing.
Yeah.
I was blowing my shift a lot. I was
Alright. Speeding.
more concerned
Um,
about that.
If we see the Pharah, our shield has to pretty much be a literal shell right here in the corner in the back or in the hallway.
Okay.
Where like we're all playing in the U.
Yep.
Or we're playing under the canopy of the shield.
Okay.
So that's kind of what bit us in the butt here. If you watch it from the stream perspective, you do see who is their far out play?
I don't remember who. We'll see. in a
Whatever.
minute.
Their far out player comes in from above and
Yeah, it was.
We lost that throw right
And
there.
get to-
Alright.
And they were spamming a lot of damage there. Careful, guys.
Wait, Pharah!
Down
Pharah!
together.
Alright, we gotta switch it up.
So yeah, this shield's usually really good, but running Bastion, unless the Bastion's right where I'm standing,
Yep.
it's really easy for the flankers to get a good angle in.
Okay.
That's something we should have practiced and or communicated. It's not really anybody at fault there. A lot of the stats we ran in this should have been practiced beforehand.
Yeah.
I think we took the opportunity to just like have fun because we went super try hard in OD and it was a long, grueling match. So we were like, let's pop off and have fun.
This is the one that we
Did I go back to
forfeited,
Ryan?
or they
Yeah,
forfeited.
go to Ryan. I'll swap
Right?
to whatever we need to fill.
No, we
Forfeited.
didn't forfeit at all.
Come back.
No, that's right. This weekend was good. There wasn't a forfeit this
Yeah,
weekend.
We
What's your
almost forfeited. My first.
No, they
yeah.
forfeited Saturday.
Tank, go with it.
They forfeited Saturday. Yeah.
So we didn't do anything in OD this time.
Oh, we didn't. Huh.
Yeah, that was the joke at the beginning.
Right. Huh.
We didn't do anything.
Is this winnable?
Shit.
Yeah.
Well then, we were just.
Oh no, Bean!
So at this point, we were in the middle of switching up a comp. So we have 2 main tanks and a diva.
Right, oh!
I stayed alive way too long.
Bean falls off the map. Kroski boops Mew.
Take a main healer. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
The comm is good there. Bean lets us know like we're down. Just stay alive. Play safe. Test boops their main, which is nice. I should not be in here with a hog. I lose this 1v1.
That Lucio. Hog.
Hog ulting on the
Come
inside.
in.
That's alright, just
Back up,
go on
back up,
point.
The
back up.
point
No, point.
still hasn't been capped, so that's just a good fight because they use
They're all far out,
ults.
man. So yeah, Dank, if you feel like you can do some work on Widow right now.
You will.
Hog,
So
go,
wait,
hog, go,
wait,
hog.
wait for
You
me,
got to
wait
play
for me.
Widow twice.
Back up,
Played
back up.
Widow here?
Switch off, Dank, switch.
You played Widow
Nope.
here. Oh no. Huh.
Oh, careful, Diva.
I picked Widow.
Yeah, and then they went Genji.
Yeah, but honestly, watch out.
Yeah, go hog, I think. Or fire. Fire's good. As soon as Zane comes, we go.
Oh, okay. Thanks, almost here.
Still one.
Go for it.
Oh, you
I
got
tried to
one.
boop him. I did boop him, but he has wall.
Roasty's good though.
Yeah.
Go.
Break that shield. I got pushed off.
I should have ate that. He threw that forward. I should have definitely right clicked that. That was tragic.
Bye. Oh, I thought you
4v5.
walked off.
3v5.
Nah, I got booped when I got out of my mech.
4v good.
Lucio one.
Oh shoot.
Back up.
Hold on. Let me go back a second or two. So what are they running and what should we have run? Oh, I'll show you what we should have run.
3v5.
We should have run through there. Because we kept fighting here, Lucio, Orisa, everything just devastates us off the side.
There were so many.
If we, with how meaty our comp was, if we just drop into the U and fight them down there,
Except May. May
we
could be a
eat them
problem
up.
with that.
Even then, like one May only does so much when we have Zarya bubbles. When we have, are we running Zarya here?
5.
No.
Nah, I'm on Diva here. So
May could have just froze. Literally
we should have just gone goats. Played in that bottom area. This comp loses to goats playing in the bottom area. I feel like.
Probably. Honestly, Orisa just loses to goats.
Lucio one.
Yeah.
She just gets walked over.
Back up.
You switch Zarya here.
Oh, well then.
I have my ult as well.
Let's take a quick fight here, otherwise we go full goats and walk on top of them.
Well then.
Alright.
Huh. Weird. Almost like we've been in this situation before.
Get you.
We got wall.
Yeah, we're good.
We use both bubbles.
Cool. Goodbye.
I should call, wait 3 seconds, and then engage. Cause then that gives time for our bubbles to be up when we go back in.
We got
I'm
wall.
only 45 energy, I can't really poke them and be scary and stuff yet. I should tell us, wait until my bubbles are up 3 seconds. Cause it is 6 seconds and 5 seconds. But if I say 3 seconds, we go in, there's like a 2-second window for them to be up and me using them.
We're good.
Get you close.
Nice.
She got booped again.
Bye.
She got booped again.
Nice.
No, she's up. Oh no.
No, I'm not.
She got booped and then pulled.
We do a good job focusing that.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Good. Go.
Fucking huge, dude. Go.
Get the Lucio.
Get them, come on. Just
Yeah, y'all popped off
I'm
here.
coming. I'm almost there.
You and Tess.
Go test. Woo.
And then I throw later.
Don't worry about it. Shit happens.
Nah, looking too hot.
One thing I did notice is you do, a lot of the time you just feel like you have to make a play,
Yeah.
where you're just better served chilling.
Okay.
Hammond is.
If you feel like you have to make a play, tell your team what I usually say is just, let's take a
If
fight.
we need it.
Fireblade.
My shield's going down. Need
Bubbles.
Because that pressure you're feeling is probably because they're taking space and it's something your tank should be worrying about, not you as much.
Okay. Yep, I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Nice. Play slow.
And that's why I like being here for these VOD
I'm
reviews.
gonna die here.
Sure.
I got
Watching
one
it
left,
after.
one left.
Watch him, Get the May.
May one.
He's down. I got pushed off. Bye.
We can win this.
Niwu has good positioning here on the right. I'm gonna cry.
Nice.
That face.
On a purple.
Lucio one.
I'm pissed off at taking my baby play.
Nice.
Get you up.
Let's go.
Nice, done.
Hold safe. Wait from you.
Muse here. Oh.
We punish Hog super hard here.
Just hog out. Hog down.
Niwu make right clicks, and then I'm like, fuck it, let's go the fuck in.
Back. I can't see.
You live with 27 health.
Ooh, Zarya.
Yeah, which even if I die, I get back when they get back. Although this 75 energy is
Quick fight win,
nice.
I'll build another one. Let's play in here.
Yeah, almost got there.
we brawl better than they do with our comp, so we should definitely be playing a little more aggressively here. Mew, you see how you're just like kind of floating in space? If you're playing on the corner right here, only half your shield takes the damage. Or like only half your shield is available to shoot at. So it takes less damage overall. And your DPS still get the same angles from behind you. It's just a little safer for you. You get to be closer up to the fight, so when they actually do push in, you're using your third person to see it. So they push in here, and you're located right here on the corner. You get to third person it and immediately swing on them, rather than have to charge in or run in. You're just there already. So that's something we can work on. I shouldn't be here on the right. I should be on the left with you. If they push in and they decide to push to the right, we can just run into them. That's no issue to us. I have a bad habit of doing this. You need to just like hug walls and corners more. I need to hug you more.
Personal preference. Personal preference. If you do play corner, I would prefer if you stick out the left side of your shield. And I'm sure other DPS would as well, because your hammer blocks a lot of sight. Like, there's times that you obviously can't do it, and your people behind the shield just have to deal with it. But it does obstruct you a lot.
So, to that point, Dank, when we're in these chokes, we're not, as DPS, looking for those precision shots. Fuck the hammer being in the way, just spam it down. Okay. Spam down where you know they're going to be at. Their general body mass.
I mean, that's what I do 9 times out of 10 anyway.
Yeah, it's not. I feel like that's a non-issue most of the time because it's usually in chokes where that happens.
Gotcha.
Alright, let's see what happens. I think hold back. We could have won this, and your shield goes super low, and then we split 3-3, which is very, very bad. No. Bad times. Very bad times ahead.
This is where I throw.
Shield's gone.
Do you go in and make a play?
This is the one where I float above and wait.
You didn't tell me you were barraging.
Not yet? Yeah,
right there.
And you see how bad this bubble is? Because I think I called you on it right after. Because I did this super bad bubble on the way back to point. Hold on.
I think you bubbled.
Hold back. I was just like helping Bean get out or some shit. Yeah. I'm helping Bean get out as Ana. Because like we're all back and Bean's kind of the last one in. I'm like, alright, let me just help Bean in. I have no idea Dank's about to barrage.
Being careful.
Yeah, I'm like being careful. And he does eat up a little damage, so it wasn't the worst play, but then I see
that
the monkey.
Yeah. And as soon as I started to drop, I'm like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Dumb. Why did I do this?
And that's at least something like, hey, I have barrage, play close here.
Okay.
Because we can totally support you, have them not looking at you, like, make it a much easier play to pull off rather than just, like, drop on them. And, like, this is what I call a solo queue play.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, it's just something, the more you talk to us, the more we'll help you. Kind of like, we want you to pop off the hardest you can. We're going to enable you the hardest we can. You just have to, like, trust that and talk to us about that.
Call that, Dank. I can bubble you.
I'm sorry. I ran out of booster.
I go for the main tank here. Probably not the best decision.
Winnable, call. Oh, shit.
I should have played back, played a corner, and played with the team. From the VOD, they get dove in the U with the Dragon Blade. I could have gone back, bubbled somebody, and tried to kill the Genji with them, and then retaken the fight. But I just kind of fought the Orisa. That was a bad play by me.
I'm sorry, that's my fault.
We could have won that point too.
So we invested...
That's my fault, 100%.
We invested Nano and, well, no, it didn't matter there. Alt economy wise, we should have thrown the kitchen sink at him.
Sorry, it's okay.
Really snots. Not triple tank me. Triple support.
May.
Support May?
Yeah, so let's go. Niwu and Dank decide who wants to play the Brig. And then the other takes the May.
If you guys feel comfortable with Lucio, I can let y'all play Lucio.
No, this is good, this is good. Dank take Brig and we're solid here.
Okay.
And we go straight to point, we boost straight to point and play there.
No high ground?
No, high
No.
ground. They have to come to us. They have to come to us. Just don't take any poke damage.
We split.
Yeah, we could've gone right side.
He followed me.
We didn't call that, so.
They're all in main on
Just
top.
fight points, stay on point, stay on
I
point.
probably should have just followed you guys.
You guys are purple.
We're good.
We get purpled and they don't move in on it, which is smart and dumb on their part, because, like, they are going to get walled off by the May, but they could get a kill or two here.
Point, stay on point, we win, stay on point, we win.
You guys are purple.
We're good.
Oh, I can't get my
I don't even use bubbles to cleanse the purple, because I know they're not pushing on
Just
it.
wait. Wall them.
I really wanted Niwu to wall here. I'm like, yo, he's pushing. But they saw the May and they were baiting the wall.
Nice.
Yeah. He also had, I think, accidentally used the wall a little early, so I think that's why they saw them May.
Yeah.
No, I got stunned.
We're good.
Yep, nice.
Remember, play in point, in point.
Yeah.
Play in point, don't leave.
Run.
Run.
McCree, I'm not there.
McCree one.
John's down, I'm coming back.
Nice.
Genji. Oh.
Big wall.
Genji can down.
Lucio.
Glad I'm not the only one that does that.
Down.
What?
Shit starts to get hectic, so you just start spamming E looking for somebody to fucking hit.
I know shot right here. Alright, back to point.
Back up, guys.
Oh, May, I don't know.
Niwu doesn't call this here, but it works out.
I have bubble for you.
It works.
Back to point, everyone.
Everybody group up on me. Everybody get to your brig.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna rally.
Everybody come to your brig.
I should have hit this later. I thought they were gonna engage sooner, but I
We have
didn't think
grab
about
legs
them
fight.
losing too.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's not the worst play just because we are running the Moira and not the Ana. We don't have anti-nade or like heal nade as like a bailout option. So having that extra armor,
I like to hit it right before the fight starts, so we get
it's still
a little bit
kind of
extra armor
active. Yeah.
start, and then it's still regenerating all the time.
Yeah, I feel that. But for our purposes, it worked out.
Yeah.
With,
I don't think it did
Shadow
here.
One, Blizzard here. Yeah.
Alright.
They're up top,
They're pushing top.
They have a drum
Remember,
for
force them to us. Don't even look at them right now. Niwu's the only one that needs to worry about them.
Don't let them poke you down. It'll take
Yeah.
Way to huddle up against the wall there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bait him in
Go
here.
now.
Mew, you
I
can
was trying
kind
to
of be swinging at them here. When everybody's hiding up against the wall, you're the only one who's kind of still allowed to be swinging and like being a presence. If you have Shatter already, you can Fire Strike and intentionally miss. If you don't have Shatter, you can Fire Strike to farm Shatter while we're doing this. But you can kind of just be sitting there being a presence. You don't have to hug the wall and stuff as much. If they don't have a Brig, if they don't have an Ana, even if they do have an Ana, you're not going to get punished that hard because we have Bubble, we have like all sorts of ways to protect you. So you can be a little more aggressive in the poke phase than the rest of the team.
Behind.
Right behind.
I was throwing.
We didn't anticipate the Shatter Blade from behind, but they also used the grab, so...
They comboed a lot of stuff.
That's fine.
So in that situation, let's try positioning outside the point on the opposite side where they're pushing.
Oh yeah, so let me discuss what I was talking about here. If we have Bean... Hold on, wrong. Let me use this color and X's. If we have Bean like right here, watching this flank, and myself or somebody on the other side watching the other flank, this play doesn't happen. They don't get to shatter us. We might get to survive the grab with a beat or something, and we could just fight back there and win it.
So in that situation, let's try it. So, just like scouting in general needs to be a priority in the mid fight, or like not mid fight, but in between fights. Positioning outside the point on the opposite side where they're pushing from, so that'll stop them from taking those flanks like that. We have a lot of ults here to retake, so we're solid. We can do Grav and Blizzard. Wait for Niwu. Can we taxi Niwu?
Taxi Niwu.
Their Genji just jumped off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
That's huge then. Let's go.
Why was it 2 picks? Oh, because Bean just got Kroski. He'll be back fast as fuck though, so it was really 1 pick.
Their Genji just jumped off.
That's 2 picks.
That's huge then. Let's go.
Yeah.
I kinda wanna know what the fuck happened with that.
Yeah, I know it too.
Speed it,
I'm on
speed it.
tanks.
Left. Blizzard that.
That was so good. They caught the edge of the fucking blizzard.
Yeah.
And I bubbled Mew at the last
So
fucking
clean.
second.
So fucking clean. Team, that was so clean. Push up.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Holy
That's,
shit.
that's everybody. That's everybody. They're all dead.
Hey, baby.
Hell yeah.
Didn't even have to pop ult.
That was good. That was clean. The one round we did lose.
Yeah, finish me.
We just took the wrong pathing.
Yeah, grab Blizzard. You ready for it?
Double the Mew celebration.
Alright, let's see this.
I was so close to dying, like, oh,
Nasty.
That's a triple.
Oh my god.
24 HP, no big deal.
don't worry about it.
So worry about it.
Look at that healing. Look at those.
So,
This was the big play.
Mew.
Oh man, this was insane.
Yeah.
This was fucking crazy.
Awwoos.
And then I had a fucking solo queue play on this one too. Woo!
do we want to run? Let's run this.
You're gonna watch just to call him out. Definitely.
Sorry, I'm lagging.
Fight him.
Oh wait.
Thanks, throwing y'all.
No, I'm lagging too.
Okay,
Stop it. Oh, my lane's
it's the servers, dude. It's the servers tonight. Alright, I'm ready for the wall.
Yeah.
Stop pushing me, Mew.
No. Yeah.
Again, Mew. You can be there. If they know you're not immediately in this area, they're gonna just run in. And what we want to do with the wall is catch their Rhine or their Zarya, or both, and just block them off from the team. So you and I kind of just need to be here baiting them in. Where I am is where Dank should be. And we all just need to be a lot closer to the engagement. We're playing hotel here, and it allows them to get a really good engage for them.
Stop pushing me, stop.
Oh, this is where I
Go
yeet.
now, go now.
Oh,
Fight him.
I got 10, I'm down.
Wall's behind them, they're stuck here.
You guys can do it, I'm coming back.
I don't have bubbles. I have grab.
Okay, hold on. I went from 72 to 82 to 98.
Bro.
Holy shit.
I have grab.
They're all against that
So, they rallied and we all backed up when they rallied. But I was calling I have Grav, like, I'm going to use Grav. So when I say I have Grav here, it means I'm going to use Grav here. I think that's something I got to clarify, because I say that a lot, and I don't, and, like, you guys hear I have it, but you don't hear, like, it's coming. When I say I have Grav, it's coming.
Wall. Lucio point.
So you all go to follow the Lucio point, where Dank, if you're here, you
think I
freeze. Do you?
I think I am.
Lucio point.
Oh yeah, so you freeze through all of them. So Dank and I are here, and then I think we got Mew and
Mew's coming back. She may
Mew just gets back, and Slight. Did we just not have people here? No, we had people. Because Bean was there too. I just think like we respected their push too much,
Despite the knowledge we had the grab coming. Because they bundled up real nice for it. I have grab. So right here, we all retreat to point, besides you and me, Dank.
They're all against
Mew says I'm here, so yeah, she just got back.
that wall.
Lucio point.
And then the next thing that comes out is Bean saying the Lucio point, so we need to clean that up. If I say I have grab, I need to start saying look for the grab.
Lucio point. Thank you.
Because they're so low here. One hammer swing, one Moira orb, one little amount of help, and we get like a 4K.
Nice. Separated.
I can't come back.
At this point it's a lost fight. Mew and Slight are pretty much dead. I think we try to stall, but
I'm doing great.
I
What do
called
you mean?
everybody out. It was just me and Ryan on this side. I'm sorry.
See, I'm doing great.
alright, they're running full goats. We gotta go Zen goats.
Do I have? I have
Wait,
coalescence.
we have
Do I use it?
we have
Do
ults.
I
We have
use
ults. No. We'll use ults choke
No,
on our second
Not yet.
defense.
Alright.
I have Blizzard.
Yeah, just hold back. They got that with goats. That's fine.
I couldn't save you. I'd have died too if I stayed.
All good.
Let's get it. Shit.
This is where I throw.
No. We're gonna.
What did you do
right
here?
This is where I jump from the top and try to blizzard.
Come on.
And I throw the blizzard behind the diva, and somehow she eats it.
I'm gonna drop Blizzard from the back on choke now.
Oh yeah.
Did they get eaten? They got eaten.
So
I think she got. Ooh, I don't know what happened.
she's fighting a choke, and I think she's looking to matrix me, because I start right clicking them.
Yep.
And at the same time, so that's kind of why, like, it's not a bad play to matrix them from above, but you literally walk up and Blizzard. It's not a bad play to Blizzard from above, but none of us are ready for it. We haven't coordinated, we haven't called matrix, we haven't done anything, like,
Yeah.
to set up the play. We kind of just pull
I
out
was
the
like
play.
looking for it, and they were all backing out of choke, so grouped up.
And I'm not talking shit, because, like, I do that 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
here. As Zarya, I yeet grabs into fucking matrix, like, 3 times.
Gonna drop Blizzard from the back on choke now.
I wasn't expecting them to back out that fast.
Yeah, and that's something we should take note of that they do that we don't really do as much, is just as a team, peel back, deal with the threat, and then re-engage.
They got eaten.
Don't go for the solo queue, please!
I said I was going
Back.
We get a pick, so we're still good here.
Top left purple.
He was top.
Watch out. And then we get grabbed.
You ready?
Oh, did you wall it off?
You put your wall up right as I shattered.
Yeah, I put wall up to try to block damage coming from grab, and I didn't know you were gonna shatter. That was my bad.
That was also I have a very hard time saying when I'm going to shatter because I'm just like, everything's happening. I'm gonna hit my cube.
So the wall isn't a bad play there. The only thing is I wouldn't do the vertical one there. I would just do the one to wall
did it
choke.
accidentally.
Got you. Yeah, because that would be good if we could just like block them off, maybe isolate their tanks and go in that way. And if you do that, I don't think it blocks the shatter. Because did you lift her up here?
No, she shattered straight into it.
Speeding back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And then we get hit with the counter shatter.
Oh, not again.
And the bomb. Can we appreciate Nuwu's call?
Oh, not again.
Oh, not again.
Poor guy.
I don't know what the fuck that was. It's like flipping for no reason.
Speed back. Fuck.
I'm doing great. I'm running away.
I'm on card.
Nope.
On card. I'm just so this is big brain Nassif plays right here. They're all chasing you. Ideally, one of them is pushing right now and gets it to like here. By the time they get the last pick, I'm like, nah, hold up. I'm on card. I'm just hiding here.
Let's switch to healers. Chris, keep
Hold
going.
on, I'm gonna go there.
Chris, keep playing on.
It's 4:35. I'm on card. I'm just hiding here.
Let's switch to healers. Chris, can you play Ana?
Nope.
I got Alpe on.
Can you play Lucio?
Nope.
I just got on cart.
20 seconds.
Let's just run more Zen, I think. A good. Well, no, it was like 10 to 15 seconds, but that's before they could even start pushing.
Oh yeah, new we go break. We'll go.
So that's like a huge difference. I do that with Hamster too a lot, where it's just like, oh, team's dying, hide behind card until they realize it's happening.
We don't have Lucio.
We don't have a Lucio.
Oh, wait, never mind.
We'll be right here. I have grab again.
Alright.
Look for the grab when I'm.
I should have swapped
I'll
off
try to
May
follow.
after that choke.
Yeah, I don't think any of us recognized it, called it. It was just like
I'm,
main streets isn't.
I got
Oh fuck! I top fingered it.
More.
I'm going back.
Oh, I did fat finger that one.
I top fingered it.
I don't know if I believe you.
I got back out.
No, I probably didn't.
I top fingered it.
More.
Two supports on a diva? Probably not.
I probably didn't fat finger it. I was probably covering up.
Lucio.
I'm backing up. Nope.
Back up.
Just die on card, time sick. Yeah, I fat fingered it right into our matrix. That was my bad. What do you want to go?
No beam.
Yeah, let's go fair.
So what do we call her?
Or fair widow. I think fair McCree. Try to push the corner here. Don't just run back.
grab.
Coming.
Yeah, we gotta die to it if they have it.
Hydrate.
Just push
Zarya discorded. Zarya still discorded.
I'm asleep.
That block. I don't know how the
Zarya,
fuck you
Zarya,
blocked
she's high
me,
charge.
or
Zarya,
not, Nasif.
Zarya's in
He's
the
not all
back.
the fucking
I
thing.
got 2 down. I got...
Slam.
Oh, triple kill.
Yeah, that was really well played on our part. We conserved cooldowns. I didn't self bubble until they had actually bombed. So I think like Mew covered one side of the grab, I covered the other side of the grab.
I think you two were the only two in.
Yeah, but the bomb would have
But it
killed
was,
one of
it
us.
was really fucking good.
Just push up.
Zarya discorded.
Yeah.
Zarya still discorded.
You somehow float in front of her, and I don't know how the fuck it happened. I think Ryan might have knocked you.
I got slapped. And I think I like moved backwards like right at the last
Zarya,
second.
she's high charge.
Wait.
Zarya's in the back.
All the way in the
I
back.
got
All the
2
way in the
down. I
back.
got...
Slam.
He's getting out. He's getting out.
We don't really talk here. We can definitely make the call.
I got 2 down.
I think we recognize it, obviously, because we do engage, but we can make the call, break down, run down, engage after grab. Like, those are calls that'll help our teammates play with us, especially if we're trying to acclimate new teammates.
Ew, who?
Yeah, I know.
Zarya, she's high charge.
But lots of... One thing that makes our tank line great is Mew's never scared to go aggressive. So when we call like chase, when we call go, we go. A lot of main tanks and just tank players in general in the lower ranks, plat included, we're a little scared. We're a little like we'll pussyfoot around a little bit, where we should be hard engaging, where we should be making our presence felt. So, yeah, when we get teammates in, it's not just tanks for that matter, like supports and DPS as well will be like, they'll either be too aggressive or they just aren't comfortable being aggressive at all. And you gotta have that balance of like knowing when you can be stupid and spawn camping and knowing when you have to hold back and respect what they might have available.
I got 2 down. I got...
But yeah, I think we only invest Shatter
I think so.
to counter the grab bomb combo, which is great.
He's getting out. He's getting out.
I'm sleeping.
I really wanted Starload there. I'm like, yoink.
I know.
yoink,
I can tell.
yoink.
I have grab.
Breaks right side. Side. Watch out.
Grabbing quick here.
Ryan discorded.
Into the Matrix.
Damn, she ate that shit again?
Yeah. It's the third OCZ.
I'm on break.
Fight.
Fighting. Oh, perfect.
Go right.
I got two.
Just fat right clicks. And they grab us after 2 supports died. That's why we lived that. We can't kill him through that. Just kill Diva. Kill Diva.
Rise back. Back corner, make it.
Bop.
There we go.
Again, I really wanted those kills, but I'm just like, fuck.
I thought you would get him.
I should have pushed up, honestly. They didn't threaten me that much there. But I get punished a lot when I try to make plays like that. So, I've trained myself to be a little more reserved. We hold here, gang.
Okay, Natif, let me know when and I'll flash leave, okay?
Yeah. So, like there's somebody pushing on. Perfect example of this is a solo queue play as fuck, but it works because we talked about it before. I don't even think this is the one. This is where we try to grab, so Niwu flashes a Diva. But there's one where Niwu's like, I want a high noon from behind. I'm like, alright, cool, I'll save bubble for you. So like the same way, like if you wanna just like jump in and I bubble you while you freeze the Diva and then you blizzard, totally viable. So, and like, this play, I know I always like knock talking about micro plays during practices, during like map prep and stuff, but during games and we can do it like during practices, just like setting stuff up during games. But this is the time we like pull that shit off where it's just like, hey, I'm gonna do this real quick, you do this real quick. And that's where we pull that kind of stuff off.
Okay.
So like fucking Niwu goes above, he's gonna flashbang the Diva, I'm gonna Matrix as soon as Diva's flashed. Or I'm gonna grab, not Matrix. They're rallying in, back up, give him space.
Hey.
Go now.
Reiner, just go to...
That was beautiful too.
I killed him.
Yeah, the timing on that was pristine.
I got 3
Very nice, very nice. Play safe here, we lost a couple.
They have no nade.
Yep.
I have my ult.
Real quick, you got a kill with Barrage.
Wait, Mew got a kill with Barrage?
Yeah.
Safe here, we lost
Yeah.
a couple.
Oh
my god.
I got 3
The fix that with kills the mech with
Mew?
fucking Barrage.
When did you become a Pharah main?
Sorry.
I don't get it, man.
Are we losing our main tank too? Very nice. It's okay, you can be our DPS now.
I almost said Bastion.
We lost a couple.
They have no nade.
Yep.
I have my ult.
Real quick, you got a kill with Barrage.
So let me point out how I'm saying we need to play safe here as I walk up and engage on the Zarya that's also high energy. Feel free to say, hey, back the fuck up, Nassif. Because I need to back the fuck up here. I can easily get punished against a better team here.
Thank God we're amazing.
Play the card.
For me?
Thank God.
Yeah, I'll save bubble for you.
Hey, look at me.
You gonna just drop on them?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all the communication we needed was like, hey, can you save bubble for me? I'm like, yeah, you gonna just drop on them? Yeah, alright. Alright, cool.
Back.
He's gonna call on you doing that. Mew, we gotta push up as soon as he does it.
Alright, no personal. I got slept up top, be careful.
Go
I think I died doing
now.
this. Oh, I'm gonna die.
So I bubble him early, actually. I bubble him when he goes for the Ana.
I'm gonna die.
Okay, I got
We got Ana, we can fight.
Okay, I have no health right now. Okay, I'm good.
Sorry, no personal.
I have almost.
Back up.
I got hit.
Saves my life. We'll take that. Temporarily. You have no tanks. Just stay alive or down card. So, Slight and Bean can actually both be dying on cart right here and buying us a good amount of time to actually regroup as 6 and get on cart. So, anytime there's a trance, even if you, like, especially if you've had teammates die already, just hard commit to the fight. Never use a trance to back out. Because at that point, it's all or nothing.
Blizzard needs to fix their servers.
Back up. Don't die right now.
I'm almost there. I have my ult.
I'm halfway to grab. They just use it. I should go out the same door as Mew here. I go out right. Who's theirs?
I'm here.
That happens a lot. Just
Yeah.
together as a team.
I don't know my lefts or
Hurry
rights.
charge. Hurry charge.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm lagging.
Sorry.
My shield's gone. Oh, okay. Oh no.
Run shield's low.
Right, Discorder.
We lose Mew to.
Okay.
But the McCree stunned me, so what was it that. Did your shield just break and you died?
I think my shield broke right in there. I'm lagging.
Oh, you were
My
lagging.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Run shield's low.
Right.
Oh, did you shatter or did they shatter? I heard a shatter.
They may have.
Sorry.
My shield's gone. Oh, okay. Oh no.
Run shield's low.
Right.
Oh, they shattered. My audio cue didn't trigger, but I heard the slam. Fix your game, Blizzard.
Right.
Please.
Right, Discorder.
Be careful, I'm not there.
No.
Your tanks are down
Yep,
again.
we're all laying down.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Stall card if you can.
Go beam.
Again, during these fights, we don't really pressure cart. So a lot of that extra time bank could just not have been there if we had taken the fights on cart. We didn't really trickle into this fight. We did have a good engage. So we should have been
just bad.
just users. The same way we're like
I'm here.
on Nepal, I was saying we were kind of floating in open space.
Yeah.
Mew, you were like right here. If you're right here instead, it's a lot easier to play. If we play around these boxes on the right side, we can have our tanks contest point from the side while also using the cover of the boxes and point, so they literally just can't shoot us.
Plus, do we have a Lucio here? We do, right?
I don't think we have a Lucio at this point. Halfway to grab, they just
Oh no, okay, we don't.
So what we're gonna start doing is run the Moira Lucio whenever we're running the tank heavy comps, or just like in general, because we do need the speed boost and the double AOE supplements. Like when Moira's resource is low or when Lucio doesn't have amp, the other one can kind of pick up the slack. They work best together, I feel like. Bean being on this here works because Bunny Chan has Grav, but a lot of the time Beat can just help you survive Grav. So I think we can start focusing on practicing the Moira Lucio as like our primary comp.
Sorry, hurry charge. Sorry.
I get super aggressive with my bubbles here. They have map control. We should be playing the corners, looking for an opening, not forcing one. And we try to force one and we get punished for it, which I think is a theme throughout a lot of our matches, is when we don't have map control, we need to create it before hard engaging. And we need to be good about knowing the difference between actually creating space versus like hard engaging. Whether we call it or whether we just like start understanding what needs to be done when. Mew, you and I just need to know like, hey, at this point we're running these DPS. We just need to be here for a certain amount of time. We don't need to get kills. We just need to stay alive in this space. And I think that's something as tanks we should just like take note of and keep repeating to ourselves, because that is like a tank's job more than anything else, is not to make plays, not to get kills, just to take space and hold space for their team.
Okay.
So yeah, it's on both of us here. We just go way too aggressive. They're like, hey, their shield's broken, they used both bubbles. We can punish the shit out of them, and we both die.
Sorry.
My shield's gone. Oh, okay. Oh no.
Run shield's low.
Right, Discorder.
Be careful, I'm not there. Your tanks are down again.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Stall card if you can.
I can go back in if we can touch. I'm out.
Yeah. Just from an individual standpoint, I think, Dank, this is where I noticed on stream you concussive blasted into the McCree. Or did they have a McCree? Yeah, they had a McCree.
Wait, when?
At the start of this fight, yeah, you concussive blast into the McCree.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm lagging.
I can custom glass to the back line because I saw the Ana was low backing out.
Okay,
McCree
okay.
happened to be there.
Careful, I'm not there.
So, you can just sit up here. It's comfortable. We know where to heal you. We know that you can just like drop right here, be safe. Drop back there, be safe. As a Pharah, kind of think of yourself more as a Junkrat and less of a Genji.
Okay.
Unless we're playing dive.
Okay, cool.
Because we can't follow up on that aggression a lot of the time, and it leads to a lot of those. Because it might not be necessarily a solo queue play. It might just be like what you're used to doing on Pharah, but it's not dive meta anymore. So we're like playing a different style. We're playing a more patient, cooldown based style. So
I got you.
like, oh, Diva is out of mech. Oh, Diva used all of her matrix. Boom, let's combo. Grab barrage or some shit. And it's on the team as a whole to call these things, because we can all track ults. We can all make calls between fights of like, hey, I have this. Can we combo with this? So, yeah, it's just communication can always get better, and that's one thing we can focus on is don't like remember it's really easy in the moment to just like go into that fuck I gotta play out of my mind right now mentality, where you should really just be like, hey teammates, help me do this. And that's what I focus on a lot, is just like I'll say help like 10 times if I'm in a bad situation. My bad decision making might have got me there, but my teammates' good positioning and good decision making and awareness will get me out if I let them know. The same way, like, it might not be the optimal play, it might be a very aggressive solo queue play, but having Niwu drop on their Ana that one fight and flashbang her while bubbled, he can't get slept. She wastes her her grenade and her sleep dart, and then he kills Ana. We take a fight, we win a fight. So like, if they're communicated, those plays can happen. We just need to work on like enabling each other through comms a lot more. If you can.
I can go back in if we can touch. I'm out.
Poor Bean. Bean's like, I got this. I'll call him McCree. Diva Matrix in your face. Yeah, I'll bubble you. I'll bubble you.
Got
booped away.
The boop. That's alright. Broski with the savagery.
Kroski's a cunt.
Whoa, this is being recorded.
Wow.
I'm not against it. Let's
Like, actually, this time.
I forgot about that. Love you, Kroski.
Alright, dang.
What's up? You know what? You run the Lucio, I'll run the...
Your diva was lit.
I felt like I was playing really... So I'm glad that you said that, because, like, that's the best I've played Diva in a long time.
Yeah, to the point where you should probably be our diva for Goats Comps, and whenever Test is available, we'll put him on Lucio. And we'll just either have you or me make the calls for Lucio, because he's usually not as vocal on the engagement calls. So we just have to be like, speed and 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No.
So we go Dotes here.
400.
For sure.
Yep.
We go Dotes here because we wanted to throw something different at them.
Yeah, it was good call. Really cool. I had Ana one shot, hit her 4 times.
Do you Uggies have really high ping? Oh yeah, I remember the servers were being weird. They know we're coming in with dive at least.
Yeah, they were weird all day that day.
Yeah, they have on off high ping too. They have Run Zarya. Fire first, fire. Oh, they have me. Fuck. I need heals right side.
I didn't know what the fuck
Jumping,
I was doing.
3, 2, 1.
I'm on Lucio, Oh, I'm purple.
Back up.
Come me.
Rhino charge.
I'm dead.
I'm on the right.
So right here, we get a really good engage, but nothing comes out of it. So as a dive team, we've created a whole bunch of space. They're pushed all the way back there, and they have to play hotel and streets, where we kind of have point control. All we do at this point is collapse on Epic, and we win the fight. That's where those like split second is decisions where am I creating space or am I committing to a fight come in. So like at this point, if Mew, Bean, and Slate turn around, Slight, I gotta say that Slight, because it's like sleight of hand, huh? So yeah, if they all turn around, which I think you do, but I get pinned. We have Dank. You're still in. You went through a hotel, so you're like trapped in there without fly. I'm sure.
Yeah, I went to the Pharah and tried to pressure her out, then fell right there and was low health.
Yikes.
So trying to run away.
As far as pressuring Pharah, what I like to do a lot, especially with Hamster, is not so much get in her face, but just get to a high ground near her and pressure from there.
Shoot her on the way down.
Well, I would either get here or here.
Okay. Okay.
And just be peppering her from the mid range, where D.Va still does a decent amount of damage. And if she does get low, that's where you can have your boosters off cooldown again to go at her. I get a lot of kills on Pharah's with ball that way. It's just like hanging out on high ground near him.
Definitely, like, number one thing I need to work on as D.Va is pressuring Pharah's out, because I see, like, a lot of people consistently can kill Pharah just by getting in their face, rocket.
So, a D.Va no fly is like a hacked Hammond.
Yeah.
But with a low matrix. So, one thing like World Cup, I joined the team like right around when the World Cup was happening.
Yep.
I was like, okay, I have to play off tank now. So I used that World Cup viewer and I just watched the D.Va players. And I watched the Zarya players. And the Zarya was pretty straightforward. It's just like good tracking, good positioning, you play well, you're good. But bubbles have to be in the right places. D.Va is all patience. Save the matrix as long as possible. Save the boosters as long as possible. Only use them when you're guaranteeing a kill. When you're guaranteeing, like the rockets are you can kind of use them in the mid range for shield pressure if you need to, but the patience of the Korean D.Va players was something that was super notable to me from the World Cup, and I've kind of taken that to heart, where I just like I try to be as patient as possible. And then another thing with D.Va is canceling your fly is super valuable. Not using the whole booster can keep you closer to your team and just like position you better in general. Makes it a little less hectic to play D.Va. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Lucio. Oh, I'm purple.
Back up.
Try me.
Rhino charge.
I'm dead.
I'm on the right.
That's it? Like, I can't get out after that.
No.
Oh, no low.
It's a lost fight. Back out if you can.
Alright. We'll take one more fight like this with Cole. I'm sure I've said this before, but just something to note. If we're ever running Dotes, we can't fight these guys.
Yeah.
We simply don't do enough damage. Even the Mei is like a tricky prospect until we kill healer A and healer B. So, Dotes, healers first, or we lose.
Yep.
We'll take one more fight like this with Coalescence, and then we can get the Pharaoh if we're lucky, but then we'll switch if it doesn't work.
Okay.
Stay alive, watch your Pharaoh.
Zarya probably has God by now.
Yeah.
Do we start with 4 minutes or 5 minutes? 5 minutes, right?
Are you ready?
4, I believe.
Oh shit. Go on my
that
count.
fight was 2 minutes long.
I don't feel like checking.
Watch out for the main one.
We did spend quite a bit of time here already. Oh yeah, we haven't ulted yet, so it is probably 4 minutes.
Because that was first fight.
Okay, so hold on, I just went really far.
I'm gonna die.
I just did it!
Are you ready?
So I fuck up here. Oh shit. Go on my count. 3, 2, 1.
Watch out for the main one. Watch out for the main one.
Go.
Oh, the May wall.
May down, May down.
I'm purple.
So the backline kills the Mei. They're all just like worried and focused about me and Mew diving in, so it works properly.
No, I'm shattered.
So here, what we need to get good at is saying like, Mei dead, this next. We shouldn't just say like the Mei dead should always be followed by what's the next target.
I just hit it.
Because otherwise, that's where the fights kind of dissolve and fall apart, and we all go our own way and take 1v1s. Versus we continue diving, continue focusing down targets, which is what this comp thrives also off of, and what our team does tend to thrive off of, is just like good focused communication.
Nice. No, I'm shattered.
You guys.
Fight, guys.
We win this, mine's on point.
Using my ult.
Lucio one.
Run.
They're on us
I
now.
eat so much CC as Wrecking Ball, it's not even funny.
Notice that, dude.
There's no dodging it when you're a big fucking thing.
She's up point. Oh wow, big thing.
Not for long.
Pushing.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Dude, I was so pumped I ate that fucking grab.
Hell yeah.
I was
Run dive goats on here.
stupid happy.
I'm slamming Ryan. Getting out.
I got back up.
I don't think I've ever played D.Va with you guys, so I was like
2, 1.
surprised it worked as well as it.
I'm on the healers.
That's fine. If we lose up here, that's fine.
I got pinned.
That's fine.
Yes, I couldn't help you guys. I was on the car.
The infamous archway. Fall back. More from this later.
You guys want to switch it up?
Bro, no fucking shit. This arch.
Look at my damage already, dude. 10,000, and we're not even into the meat of it.
She's 1 HP. She's low. She's really low.
Oh.
Fucked up. I gotta practice more.
Okay, watch this. I fucked this up too.
Look how far I got their Ana off.
I got shattered.
She ain't healing shit right now.
No.
And the Lucio has to worry about her. So, like, that's kind of what I like about Hamster, is he lets you be a solo queue player while also doing good things for your team. So, like, yeah, I'm totally going off on my own and doing shit, but
You guys are so low.
their Ana and Lucio both have to deal with me, otherwise they're dead. Or she's dead, at least. And their team dies as a result. So we lose Slight and Niwu at the beginning of this. I think we were on triple heals here.
Back.
Yeah, we have Bean still. Back up. So it's only 3 of us, and then you hit the 2-man bomb.
Accident.
I fuck up again.
Respawning right now.
Oh no, I don't fuck up. So I wanted to go in. Huh. And then I'm like, oh, 60 health. Maybe I don't slam here.
Respawning right now. I'm coming.
Like 300, that's a good number.
I'm on my way back.
Good enough.
Run low.
Ana dead. Run.
Run low, come on. Get him.
And yeah, between your 2 picks, and then I get 1 from bombs, get the Mei, and you guys finish the Rhine. So yeah, that was a good, just like, cause bomb's one of those ults where it's like, is it gonna get value? Is it not? Are we gonna pin the Rhine out of the grav and make sure there's no bubbles or not? Like, lots of things have to go right for bomb. If you
Bomb
throw
is
one
of those ults I like to throw up when they throw an aggressive ult. So like a grav or a blizzard or an earth shatter. Like if I can get it in the air during one of those ults, I can usually get at least 1 pick.
So do what I do, or wait until I go with Hammond, but I usually ask with Hammond, like, hey, track the bubbles for me, let me know, and you guys will let me know, like, personal down, friendly down, and then I minefield, so they don't just eat the bombs off the minefield and have a supercharged Zarya. Plus I can actually kill the Zarya versus she just, like, sits there. So in the same vein, like, watch the Zarya, like, hey, their Rhine shield's been low since we engaged. Our Zarya's high charge focusing them down. Or no, I wasn't on Zarya here. So in this situation as a diva, you just track the bubbles. You're like, do they have friendly? Do they have personal? Nah, I'm yeeting that shit. And I'm sure that Zarya would have fucking saved her life if she had personal. I don't know if you consciously tracked that or not, but that's how
that
the
accidental diva bomb.
you know Poco, right? On the fusion.
Yeah.
So he's famous for like his big diva bombs, and watching him stream sometimes he'll actually like talk to himself and be like, "That's personal, that's friendly, and now we throw it." So you could get into that little rhythm of just like, okay,
I probably
that's down,
will.
that's
Honestly,
down.
probably watching him a little bit.
Yeah, he's a great diva player to watch. I don't know if he streams a lot, but when he does, it's good.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, let's go!
Push up.
Dang, why are your bombs so randomly huge?
I don't know.
I almost. Reaper in the hole. They have Reaper now.
So close.
They're backing up. Hold the corner. Yeah. Then we do a really good job of five up, one back here. Just hard committing to the front of the fight, getting like, look how far back we are.
Up there. Oh yeah, charge.
And I'm just like, boop them back, get out.
If you don't get that checkpoint, it's rough.
Yeah, streets, if you get stopped right at the end, can be really rough. Mew, you go low health right away, but you get the boop on the Rhine, which is ginormous.
Right on.
And then I boop 4 again.
I'm still on point.
And at this point, they do kill Mew. They're about to kill me, but there's 3 on me. Plus the Reaper on Mew, so that's 4. Plus the Rhine that just died, 5. So at best, they're going to contest with 1 for the last 5 meters. I might die back here. Oh, yeah, so they're all back here. They have no chance of touching because we were so aggressive, and that's, like, we perfectly played that.
Nice job.
Worth.
Ah.
It's okay, 'cause we got.
So next fight, let's try to coalescence in when we have minefield and bomb, and then we'll use those mid fight.
Reaper's one.
I'm coming back.
Alright, pop that shit. Let's go.
Pop that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Fuck
I just
it.
hurt them all away when they did that. They use everything. That's good. Perma stunned. Overwatch, the stun simulator.
Hard reset.
Coming out.
Beans like hard reset. I'm like, okay, I'm out.
Just roll right past everybody and Lucio moves you to our fucking.
I love this character, dude. First, and then we go.
There's a Reaper high
Okay,
ground.
just.
Oh yeah, I'll try to. So this is why I say like be patient for a second or two, because I'm always using this third person. If there's somebody out of position here, if Zarya's like up in our alleyway, I'm calling that shit, we're jumping her. So if the more patient we are with dive, and the more we wait for like a good opportunity, the more I can look for one and we create one.
Yeah, just try and save your matrix first.
Bad vibes. Start playing Overwatch.
Sorry, no personal.
I'm going.
Tossing bomb. It's gonna be huge.
Nice.
Go.
Not as big as I wanted it. But I have.
Behind.
Eating it.
So I think we called Reaper behind at the beginning, and we just kind of forgot about him.
I think you said you were gonna pressure him off, and then went for mine. So I don't think anybody really thought about it.
Yeah. So, in general, let's see.
Oh, you're still there.
Wait for Chris, and then we go.
There's a Reaper high ground. He has boss room.
Oh yeah, I'll try to look for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I shouldn't be the one pressuring him there. Dank, you're on Diva here.
Yep.
So yeah, you and I should go together for the Reaper.
Okay.
Sorry, no personal.
And yeah, he literally just sits up there. If I third person up there and look for him, I see him up there. So that's on me. I totally miss him, and we lose half our team for it.
Tossing bomb.
I thought I ate that a lot faster than I did.
Nice.
Go.
Start
I'm on the
Discord.
May, I'm on the May. Face down. Behind.
Eating it.
Both
I turned past it.
Support's down. Hold back. We only have more.
Here.
Yeah, play smart. Flaming supports.
I left.
I've got another coalescence. Go for it.
Ate it.
They eat.
Zarya's low, Zarya's down. Careful of Ryan.
I'm dying. Can we just talk about this real quick? 274 health. 700 health.
Careful of Ryan.
I love that shit.
Backing out for a second. Okay, I'm going back in.
Bro, her sleeping you there is actually huge because that actually exposes your head.
Yeah, Mew, fantastic call right there.
What'd I do?
Backing out for a second. Okay, I'm going back in.
Backing out for a second. Okay, I'm going back in. Love it. Fantastic fucking call out.
I'm on the Ryan.
Oh no.
Right, sleep.
Reaper on the right.
Run.
On.
The only reason that Lucio dies is because of your initial pressure and their lack of resources at that point. He shouldn't be low here by the time I jump on him, but he's already kind of low, and that's why my slam
Right, sleep.
gets him to like 1 HP. Run.
On us by yourself.
Yeah, go on.
I don't want.
Where?
I'm pushing Ryan back.
Good.
You're running.
Ryan.
Right, sleep.
Ryan's down. I'm on
Zarya. Nice, I have minefield here.
I almost have bomb as well.
3 on card, let's get as much as...
I have nano.
Reaper behind, Reaper!
Fuck!
Hold card. Was that big?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the second time he died to that. Second time that it got the same 2 supports.
Yeah, I talked to him about it earlier. Like, it's not even that he tilts hard or like that it's disruptive or anything, but he just randomly tilts out of nowhere. He'll just be like, fuck! Like with Blizzard World, what was it, last week in the VOD review?
Let's see. Mew, what I'm gonna do is I'm
that was our area denial is insane here. We minefield in, we bomb.
Let's see. Mew, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
So their beat should win them this fight here.
I'm on my way. I'm coming back.
And we only have 3 alive. Oh shit, do we coalescence there? Yikes.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Don't worry, I go in.
I'm going.
I'm still
Okay,
in.
oh, you're still in. Okay, so coalescence
Yeah,
isn't terrible there.
Ryan dead.
And we nano the monkey, so yeah, that's a good coalescence.
Tracer behind.
Because we are still engaging.
Crossy's half.
Oh, I fucked up that call. Right there.
When we had the 3 people here, that could have been a time to call a soft reset and wait for me to come back and engage with 6. Because we did end up taking a lot of time off this clock in the fight right here.
I'm on Lucio.
So if we hadn't won it, or I don't think we win it actually, I think we get stopped right here.
Ball low.
Oh no, we do win it. We do win it.
Mail on your support.
Ryan.
Purple. Huge purple.
Ryan purple.
Run.
Mail. Ryan dead.
Tracer. Right there is an example of like, yeah, I got shattered. Yeah, I can't do shit. But me saying that to you guys doesn't help shit. So from that shatter perspective, I'm just like, what can I do to help you guys? Just like,
Lucio.
in terms of comms.
He's purple.
One dead.
You guys are purple. You guys are huge purple. On you guys.
I'm asleep.
Oh no.
I don't want.
Ryan coming in.
Run in the ball.
I'm on Ryan.
We lost New.
Ball sleeping.
I got the ball.
Ball dead.
Bombing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the big bomb.
On.
That was not me.
Bean, dude. This is so
I love
easy.
Bean.
I kind of want to hear our mid-round comms and see what they're like.
What do we do here? Do we want to try to run straight up goats and throw them off?
Probably.
Yeah, let's do
What was our initial attack? Let's do more goats. Do we remember?
Fall. Remember.
Goats. Brig and Lucio.
It was Dotes. It was Dotes.
Was that our first attack?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so this is just our second.
Yeah,
Alright, so we did Dotes and then
We got
goats.
the big kills.
Hey,
So at least not having a. Wait, did you say be right back in the VOD or here?
No. Like here.
Oh, alright.
No, go ahead.
Oh, at least losing a DPS player, we'll still be able to run our goats.
can you play Lucio?
All right, now I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, sorry VOD review watchers, I'm gonna be right back as well. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and grab a drink real quick.
He was by his hand. He was alone.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Hi, just see you ran to the bathroom and getting drink.
Hey, that's what I did.
What are you doing?
What?
Are you slurping on something?
Yeah.
What are you slurping on?
Slurp.
Ew.
Pop.
Ew.
What?
How dare you slurp in my teeny tiny black ears?
Black ears.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Don't worry about it.
We're okay.
God. Oh, I gotta figure out my ticket situation.
Tickets. For what?
I might be going to see someone tomorrow. I need to get tickets because they live 2 hours away from me, and I'm driving because I don't have my license. I gotta figure out what time am I going. I think I'm going at 11. And then I'll come home.
You guys here?
Yep.
No.
Okay.
How often do you press Z while you play?
Z is alt.
Yeah.
A decent amount, actually.
Very rarely.
So we should be using it kind of two ways. If, for example, if I say I have ult coming this fight, if I have grab coming this fight, I should be spamming that Z while I'm farming the rest of my ult. It's something I noticed watching the World Cup. Is like, oh, you're waiting on this ult to engage, make sure that person's spamming it. Your teammates can't keep tabbing. You can't expect them to keep tabbing to watch your ult percentage. You can't keep communicating that ult percentage reliably while moving around while doing all this shit because of push to talk. So like, yeah, definitely something we can focus on. We're waiting on like grab barrage, for example. You need to land like 3 rockets, dank. Just spam the Z while you're shooting those rockets off. And it definitely makes it easier for your team to play, to time things.
If you don't want to play
in general.
Lucio, you can leave it.
Nah, I'm good.
Speak now.
We put Niwo on Lucio a lot here. Or
What's
do you wanna Zarya Niwo? Cause I can Diva and then Dank and Lucio.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Alright.
Wait, who was Diva last game? They were good.
That was
Dank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ton of grabs, that was nice.
Yeah, that was
Hey.
solid.
all of them completely unintentional. You're welcome.
We ready to go?
Let you know all my secrets.
Let's get it.
Oh no. Let's eat this wheat.
Remember, we can take long fights, so if we
Eat
have to
this
stop,
wheat.
we do it.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, boosting.
They're grouped as fuck. Ryan low already.
I'm low. I have to back up real quick.
Bubble into it.
You're good. Oh.
Oh,
Yikes.
look at me trying to make plays again.
Ooh.
I'm purple.
Yeah.
I think we went in and then backed out and then went back in. And when we went in, he faded in with us and not when we backed out.
Yeah, I don't think he had fade because the fight happened so quickly with goats. So that
Yeah.
fade has to be used at the last possible moment.
Oh, last fight.
Yeah.
No. Reset. We got one fight here. What do we do?
Eat ass.
I'm
take
about
it.
to have a...
Go Farah. Somebody go Farah.
Go Farah.
Dank, go Farah right now.
Hold my beer. Stop playing over.
Alright, new is Farah. Let's go.
It was definitely better for him to swap to Farah than me.
But we lose our Lucio, so it's still kind of risky.
It's definitely
Um,
risky, but I feel like the triple tank is pressure that we need on that point.
I would have liked to have Bean on the... Although the rally armor ends up helping us like a bunch in the fight, I would have liked having Bean on the Lucio and Niwo on the Brig, so that when we do have to make the switch, we still retain the Moira Lucio. Because Moira Brig is kind of weird as a comp.
That's something that we need to look into a little bit more, though, when we pick.
Yeah, but those are the things I think of ahead of time, where I'm just like, that's why I was kind of like, Niwo, are you sure you don't want Zarya or Brig? Because I don't want to go into like that whole spiel of like if we have to switch to this, I don't want to have to switch this and this and this. But at that point, like to have the ideal comp here, we do have to switch Bean onto the Lucio, and potentially reset his ult. So a pro team in this situation will either reset the ult or swap somebody that's not close to ult, like the Brig. So we kind of did the right thing, because we're like, alright, we don't want to give up the rally, let's just do that.
Yeah.
But we were lucky it worked out, because we didn't have speed boost, and it was 10 seconds. They didn't really meet us out. If they meet us at gate, we probably don't even touch here.
Yeah, we probably don't touch.
Because we have no speed boost. So it's just something to think about.
Yeah. For sure.
Last fight. Don't, just touch without using cooldowns if we can. Go. As I use a cooldown. As I use both cooldowns.
Use both of them. Yeah.
Ryan one. Brig. Sorry. She's high chart.
Nice team.
Diva.
That right click, though. Steven does before the mech.
Yeah, just everybody point.
Yeah.
Here comes the real batshit crazy stuff.
That shit crazy stuff.
They're gonna hold it, Arch.
This shit was dumb.
Pushing up here? Or just what happened at the
No, just this whole fight in general.
Hold on. Who's gonna be on cart? Fall back. We should all be on cart. Alright, Beans on. I don't know if falling back was the right call there. I was just worried about who was gonna be on cart.
So he didn't take out overtime? Yeah.
I honestly think Mew and I should still just be posturing up right here with a healer kind of right there. Not doing so does kind of hurt us because they posture up a lot better than we want them to.
More, go up there with them. Go up. He be up there.
Yeah, they're already in, and like I'm here. Mew's kind of just getting in, but they're all in. Mew's doing things. Go. So yeah, ideally, I think I said this last time too, Mew. Our positions have to be switched, and if you see me ahead of you, call me out. Make sure I'm behind you, or at least right next to you. Because me being ahead of you and you having to run up to a grab and then start swinging on it versus just like turning and swinging, it's a huge difference.
What the fuck? Thanks, lag.
Thanks, lagging.
Yeah.
Thanks, lagging. Let me just point out this big brain bubble.
Yeah, that was huge.
He's dead otherwise.
Bro, so on my end, that window above, I shot the bomb out and it would have landed on this corner, but I lagged back down onto the ground.
No.
I'm so mad.
And then Niwu barrages from behind and nothing pans out, and I'm just like, oh shit, this is where it ends. It's alright, he says. We'll full hold this, he says. Help your bean! Help your bean!
Fucking Bean just going at it.
They focus on Diva Hey, don't pay attention
Switches
to that.
into turret form.
I'm so used to sprint, dude. I'm so used to sprint.
No, I'm down.
Shift is always sprint, dude.
Get in! Damn it!
He's not wrong.
Bomb.
I don't understand how I get hit by it still.
Lucky.
Yeah. I get pinned. This is horrible positioning by me. I just wanted to touch in case somebody died, but I didn't need to.
Keep fighting.
We have
Bro,
soon.
Bean held this for so long.
Yeah, Bean as a break not being called and focused by their team wins us this fight, honestly.
Use the shadow, use the shadow.
I'm low. Okay.
Jumping around.
Go.
I'm low.
Run.
20k damage at this point, just switch to best.
Eating everything.
Eating everything, I like that call. Oh my god, you guys are so good. You guys are so good. Niwu gets a 3k.
My play of the game.
Oh man, I'm sitting on this bastion.
Push up.
Wait, I'm sitting on Carter's bastion. Everybody else go.
I didn't want to leave.
Dude, I stayed alive that entire time.
Great fucking work, guys.
Fuck.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, hold that space, hold that space.
Oh,
They're not
look
gonna
at
come.
the
It's weird that the VOD doesn't show the Discord overlay. I guess it actually captures. Did we just create a new strat?
Did they switch anything up? No, they're still running goats.
Damn, look at that temperature. 66? Holy fuck.
Bruh, what up?
We can't completely hold this space.
Back up.
Back up.
We should have lost this fight. I don't know how we won this shit. Your god bomb was
A
like,
delicious bomb.
yeah. I shouldn't have. I don't think I should have done this here, but it did bait out their ult and kind of force a fight. But me not being in turret mode, fucking shredding them down, like turret mode Bastion's way more intimidating than tank mode Bastion, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I just got ult happy.
I like tank mode Bastion for a cleanup, and that's about it.
But also I did just randomly go Bastion in the middle of a game.
Got ult in Streets phase, and that's it. Just that on a free push.
I'm asleep.
Break behind.
Help me. I got so low there.
I got my down! Ah! Kill them!
They're all low.
Yeah, I think it was just Dawnbreaker's fault. Or Starlord, or whoever was playing tank. I really don't know how that bomb hits.
I think they were
1-2 down.
Yep.
Reinhardt right here. And there's a third somewhere that dies to it, but this Reinhardt just sitting here and holding shield saves his team.
Yeah, but he
backs up.
He's backing up the whole time. And the fire barrage! I killed the fire barrage!
You killed the Pharah? Wait, what Pharah?
You didn't see that? Wait, is that not a Pharah? What is that? Oh, it's a Lucio jumping.
Yeah, that was a Lucio.
I was like, what the fuck? It looks like a barrage.
Help me. Oh, so Krosky was on the other side of card, kinda, and gets caught too.
He like jumped over and died.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So yeah, they lose 3-4 there with Star-Lord dying. And then Dawnbreaker dies, so that's 5. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's fucking go!
Oh my.
Bro, not gonna lie, I'm standing on top of Payload here because I fucking flipped over to the stream to listen to what the fuck they said about it.
Oh my god.
I was so curious. I'm just like, what is? I'm like,
remember, just back up to card if you need help. I'm Bastion.
I'm Bastion. I can heal
I'm
you.
Bastion. I got 20k damage
Only
now.
good players on fire.
I got something better than healing. It's called bullets.
Round shadow.
Back it up. Do a bitch shatter. That's what I thought. Ugly.
So their
Fucking balls
indecision
gonna
here, so this is the only time the Bastion actually came up huge, was this fight right here. Watch their indecision and how the Rhine just melts and dies. This is why you can play Rhine into Bastion, but if you play a scared Rhine into a Bastion, you lose. You can use like the 3 or 4 seconds of shield you have to move onto the Bastion, or you can sit there and do what Dawnbreaker did.
I gotta do him now.
Shredding Rhine. Rhine shredded.
When there's a Bastion, I use my shield to get close to him, and then I charge him, and I have enough health to actually get it down.
That's a good thing to do. I'm surprised we managed to still contest during that. That was impressive.
Lucio behind still.
Listen for listen for Bean.
Fuck!
I
We
love
have a
it.
tally of how many times Bean says fuck in a scrim.
Mega.
Oh man, that should be our thing next season. The Bean fuck count.
Right.
We can't let him know it's a thing until the end of the season though. Wait, no, but he's gonna watch his VOD review. Play card.
Edit video.
Yeah.
Too much work.
I got pushed off.
Look how
And
9,000 I do this. You ready?
Krosky kills me, by the way. Their whole team ignores me besides the fucking Lucio.
I got
Huge shatter.
Their bombs are actually big there.
They're all so low. Ryan could die.
Bro, did you see that overtime meter move?
Big bomb.
God,
Did
it
it?
was terrifying. Yeah, it moved.
Oh shit.
That's
I think there's a
terrifying.
maximum speed it starts moving at though. Oh my god.
You weren't there to see that.
No, I saw it on stream though. You bombed and they all C9 basically. Yeah.
Yo, what's gold elims right now?
59!
Y'all are fucking tight.
Holy shit.
Yo, I got
Literally
30.
on the point after.
That is insane.
They're probably gonna run goats.
Bomb.
They're probably gonna. Should we? So, do we want to mirror the
Chris, that was
so we can just win
insane.
a team fight?
Yo, literally, I had so many fucking armor packs.
Yo, so check it.
34,000
You
healing.
guys call it. Do you want to mirror the goats?
Holy fuck, Chris.
Because if we mirror the goats, we have to play Zen goats.
Same thing.
Do we mirror the goats?
know.
Do we mirror the goats or do we go counter goats?
I mean,
So the reason I said that so many times is I was pressing shift instead of caps lock, so you didn't hear me over push to talk because I didn't press push to talk.
If we mirror goats, we should play Zen goats. Because more goats is hard to win. Slight, do you play Diva?
Not really.
We need to know
I'm pretty
now.
fucking useless.
Alright, just go like this.
Let
We'll
me-
go counter goats. Dane, go Diva. Go fire.
got it.
Yeah, this will be the comp. And Bean, try to save your armor packs for Dank.
Got you.
This should be solid.
Dang.
So let's see.
Got it.
We went
Yeah.
Widow Farah. So yeah, the reason I fucking like this comp, and the reason Widow Farah or just like any hit scan plus Farah is good, is there's so much pressure just for them
to be walking in against. Not only is it Mew and me being crazy as fuck up front, it's you and Niwu spamming very dangerous damage into them. Whenever I set up or I have to like pick a team comp for us to play, it's usually centered around the concept of like what DPS will make them super fucking uncomfortable the whole time. And in this situation, Widow and Pharah do a great job at it.
Bro, what was that comp that we ran when everybody was shot calling practice? What was it, Reaper and what?
I think it was Reaper Pharah on Numbani.
That was fucking stupid.
Yeah, we could try that. That's a good
The
comp.
dumbest shit.
You can try to save your armor packs for Dank.
Got you.
It should be solid.
Dank, if you start taking damage, just let me know and I'll. Okay.
Yeah, and remember you're there for pressure, not for picks, Dank.
Okay.
Just keep it on my turn.
And it's 6 minutes. It's a 6-second cooldown, so.
6 minute cooldown.
Keep that in mind, okay, Dank?
No.
Run.
Ryan's low.
Break behind.
Break down.
Right on point.
I'm backing up for a second. I'm backing up.
Hog no breather.
Ryan's on point. So is Moira. Moira down. I'm on Moira. Moira no fade.
You guys noticed what we did a great job at?
Calling targets?
Oh.
That was one of the things, yeah.
Cooldown.
Our patience and our kite were great there. So watch what happens when...
Walk there.
Yeah, we do kind of let them just walk the fuck in. Which isn't
not a bad thing
ideal, but the way we deal with it is perfect.
Yep.
No. Damn hog.
Ryan's low.
Break behind.
Down.
Already, you guys collapse on and punish the over-aggressive brig here. So it's already a great fight for us. Ryan charges away from his team. I call it, and we focus him. Right on point.
I'm backing up for a second. I'm backing up.
Hog no breather.
Ryan's on point. So is Moira. Ryan's down. I'm on Moira. Moira no fade.
Zarya.
Moira down. Nice.
Nice, guys.
Back up.
Hey, Widow.
Bro, she chunked the shit out of me on that shot. I was scared.
I'm halfway to grab.
Window above.
Hey, Dank. Where are you?
24k damage at this point.
Play around hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Good.
Bubbling it? I think my third eat and grab is coming up. Great recognition of the low Ryan and follow up just by the team as a whole. And no shield, big shatter. They had no Zarya. They were playing Ryan Diva. So I think they played Ryan Diva Hog at the beginning and then they switched to the Widow.
Oh, I got booed.
We're good. In a shatter, we should still either call targets or each pick a target we can guarantee a kill on. So like I did here, because it's really easy to just like get a shatter and then be like, oh shit, we forgot to like get a good follow up on it. Go in. But right here, I think Mew pinned somebody. And I just hard focused on Hanzo because I know he can be a threat mid fight.
Oh, I got booed.
We're good. We don't need more. We don't.
There's a Widow there.
I need more.
Yeah, there is a Widow there, and Niwu calls that. I have no idea that's there at this moment. The reason I'm calling we don't need more, I just used my friendly to keep you alive, and you're really far up, and I see your shield's low. If we keep aggressing at this point into a coalescence, there's a good chance you get punished, die, and then in the 30 seconds left, we lose first point. And they get that momentum. So that's where I'm like, hey, we got those picks. We're chilling right now. We don't need more. Let's just back up and keep playing. So that's where I'm... It's like it's a stay alive call. Which I think we need to just say explicitly sometimes is just like stay alive, back out, stay alive. We don't need more. Back up. Oh yeah, I did say back up.
Good shit,
But-
guys.
Come back for armor. Come back for armor. I'm ult.
I have grab. We win. Nice, Niwu. We won last fight with grab here.
Yo. Hey, top me off.
Niwu,
somebody.
chill!
Keep
Niwu, fucking
calling it,
chill,
somebody
dude!
Top me off, please.
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Standing in the middle of point.
Sorry. You got armor. You got armor.
I'm just gonna grab.
Yeah? No, you're not.
Hey, look at that.
Sorry, you got
No,
armor,
you're not.
I'm just gonna grab.
I felt really bad saying that after. I was like, fuck.
That's a matrix. That's a graviton search.
Yeah.
They're not friends with each other. What I should have been doing here, in the mid fight, if my body is on this wall, I just grab the wall as they're trying to walk in. D.Va can't matrix that, and I just keep half of them back for all the time that's left on the clock. If anybody makes it through, they're a quick focus in that time while everybody else is grabbed, and we win that way. We still win, but
No, you're not.
it was very bad on my part.
Get down. Right down.
More.
Where? I'm on Moira's down.
Let's do one.
D.Va.
Diva.
They have Widow shooting in, careful.
Two hands up. Nice.
And that was just some nasty flicks.
Oh my god.
Let's
A bomb.
go! That was such a good game. I had 24,000 damage. Holy
I have
shit.
no medals.
I had 35,000 heals.
53 elims is no medal.
I got
35,000.
61 with silver.
No.
Oh, you guys
Let's
are
go, Dank! Let's fucking go!
Which one is this
Oh
one?
my God.
Oh, it's
It
right.
better be this one. It better be this one.
Wow.
The hammer. Let's watch him back up and dead. Fucking God. That's
The only thing that would have made
so-
that better is if I killed him with my mech drop.
Right?
The fucking disrespect that would have came from that, and if he was alive, he would have died too.
Oh my God. That was so good. I'm grabbing water. Y'all are fucking awesome.
Dude, look at those heals.
67,
Bro.
what the
67 eliminations.
I'm done.
That's me, baby. Oh god.
Ugh. Fuck that.
No. Let's go, yeah. Slight go Torb. Dake go...
You can watch my mega lag.
Defensive.
Mega lag!
Lucio or Zen. I think the Lucio might
No, I think that was on watch point.
And I think we do have to go Ryan Zarya in case
Oh.
they run on top of us.
Where you ran off the map?
Who's playing what? Don't worry about
That's
it.
your plan.
That's the end of that. Is Niwu playing Sombra here?
Yeah.
Alright, sick. I like it.
Gravity MP is our
Yeah,
I thought it was
New asked me ahead of time if we could
Or,
fucking run the Sombra on Horizon
Dora.
defense.
Yeah, and if they go top left, like
I want to play
if I have
Bastion
molten
more.
core in that little hallway, remember?
Yeah, that's
with
true.
that script?
Also we have we could actually do grab molten core as our combo and EM.
Look at how annoying this is. You got Torb spam, you got a Sombra hack, and you got a turret to worry about. Not to mention our annoying ass front line. So, this is a well built
EMP
comp,
shatter
I feel
is our
like.
other combo.
I don't remember how we played it or how well it played
Yeah,
out.
let's just position
So-
top left.
Go well.
Play around our Torb.
It doesn't go well?
Don't like hard play
Nah,
around
I
it,
don't
we
think
can
so.
totally fall back to point if we have to.
I think we win a fight or two with it.
I think we win first fight and then lose
Or no,
second fight.
Steve.
No,
Word.
we can start by playing the edge here. But Mew, when your shield's half,
It's just like an
we'll
extra
start falling
DPS.
back. Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I like how at one point Slide had put the turret here and I'm freaking out like, where's our turret? Where's our turret? You guys are like, it's there, it's there. I think that might be the next defense.
Alright. Call if they're diving you, like, call repeatedly.
Are you sure that wasn't our last scrim?
Feel for you.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that was this one.
It was this scrim.
Oh, was it?
Where is she?
Ryan Diva.
Was mid.
They're going to point, rotate.
Huge purple.
Grab it.
Big, so big.
Lucio's just there, like,
Lucio,
so.
our position.
Yeah, Lucio's so annoying, dude.
Look it down.
Yeah.
Bubble you.
Watch.
Look at how fast that bubble breaks. So they have so much damage coming in.
I do.
Lucio, our position.
Look it down.
Bubble you.
Watch.
Oh.
Watch.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
You got it, Niwu, or no?
So, I don't know if it's the best idea here, but you see how I hug the wall?
Yeah.
You can try to do that on the right side. It gives them less angles. It forces them to be super into point and out of position just to have an angle on you. Okay. So playing those walls, hugging those angles. I'm dying. And like say you're on one wall, I'm on the other. They commit to one of us. We get whoever gets committed to gets healed up. The other just focuses them from behind. So it the same thing kind of works out here, where like they're focusing you, and I'm just putting free damage into the Ryan.
Right sleeping.
Still healing.
We couldn't kill him. Oh, no, we did. Just kidding.
No, we did. Yeah, that was a good fight. We gave time for Niwu to kind of position and be a fucking annoying hacker in the back.
Let's go.
Nice.
Good speed call.
Leave her.
No, she dead. Bad leaper. Yeah.
Hey, tell your turret to calm the fuck down.
Yeah, Bean, I agree. Great call on the speed there. No, you go. Looks like they're manning us up here.
Yeah. You were just fucking chilling.
Yeah. Genji went outside.
No, he's back. Yeah, in the mid fight, we need to not chill. We need to start focusing on posturing and positioning in the... I say mid fight, but I mean like in between fights. So we're right here. All we really got is a Torb turret. So, what are we? We're shielding a little bit of Torb spam behind there. I'm not doing shit from there. So we kind of want them. It's the same thing as like playing dive on offense. On defense with Ryan Zarya, if we're playing a high ground map like this, we kind of want to force them to us or just like drop onto them when they have to commit to point. For example, if they all come right here, I can just sit above and spam onto them. But if we're forced to take the fight to them, it becomes really uncomfortable. Niwu's spawn camps are Sombra here.
Turret's down.
Back up. Buy time until we get a turret. Put turret on opposite high ground if you can.
3 seconds. Watch it, they're here.
I like how I call that, and I'm still like, where the fuck's the turret?
Where's the turret?
Run. Back up.
Back up as I push in.
Boost you.
Big purple. Do I grab here? No, I don't think I do.
Thought that right
yeah, we AMP. The right click was enough. So yeah, we do take the fight how we needed to there, and that's why the comp works. I don't feel like the Torb is ideal with what we were running. Because we are like a mobile, just like run around and chase shit down comp. A McCree, a Reaper even, something that makes it hard for them to get up close to us and punishes dive, while also like commanding space. The turret's nice though. I just don't know if like...
Baby diva.
Although, Torb Sombra. Yeah, Torb Sombra is nice.
Honestly, I think running the healers that we did, like who were on them, was a really good call, so we almost needed to run the Torb. Or a Widow.
Oh yeah, because we did finally have an Ana. Because we're so used to playing with an Ana and like playing sidelines. We've gotten like so good at playing with an Ana, and now we're like, fuck, we're playing with a Moira.
Yep. So I think having me and Bean on the Ana Lucio was...
Yeah, that was a good help.
So we either needed to have the Torb or the Widow.
Except Bean totally whiffed this.
Let me sleep her. Oh, I missed it.
Oh wait, what? Oh,
Dies.
And gets Niwu killed.
Hold on.
Oh.
What?
20 second forwards. 20 second forward. Oh.
Go now.
5 seconds back. 5 seconds back. 5 seconds back. Here we go.
We're good. We're back.
The abrupt unpause. No countdown.
I don't know why you don't have countdowns. I have countdowns every time.
Countdowns for what?
Unpause.
Oh yeah, mine don't show up sometimes.
I'm on core for this next fight if we got grab.
Yeah, I have grab.
They're going in right side. Genji's low.
Go now.
Okay, go.
They were not ready at all.
No.
On Debo, on
I'm
Debo.
asleep. I'm asleep. Ilana?
We almost didn't even need the the molten floor. Just because we all committed bodies to it.
We honestly didn't because you were behind high charge.
Yeah. Way to follow that up.
Ah, my left testicle.
They're running a Genji?
Again, we're not really doing much poking. I don't really.
We don't have a whole lot of poke though.
But we do a good job of just like taking the fight. Oh man, look at how juicy that purple is. Why am I on the Ryan when there's a fucking squishy Genji there?
Oh.
Really? Is still on the run.
Yeah.
Where is that ball?
Tunnel vision, that's super hard.
What the hell? Oh, my charge isn't up. I'm gonna die.
Stay alive for 4, stay alive.
I have no shield.
Tracer 1, Tracer 1.
Help me.
21.
We're good.
My turret's still firing, my turret's still firing.
Down point if you're gonna
My
die.
turret's still fine.
Okay,
We can test? No, it's fine.
No. I have grab next fight.
Charge
I
that
have,
bomb.
I
have,
No, it's fine.
I have Molten Core. We can Molten Core grab again.
Oh yeah. I'm 20 away. I'm 20 away.
We could EMP,
Alright, I'll hold it.
whatever you call it.
Whatever you call it.
I have my shield up.
Let's save EMP because that's a fight went on its own. We'll
Molten
try to
core,
run with
whatever
the
you call it.
Molten core grab. Get me some charge here. This is where I fucked up and we lost the fight. I say give me some charge here. I go and give myself some charge too. Those bubbles shouldn't have been used there. I shouldn't have done that.
You were just trying to get a quick grab. Get the rest of your grab quick.
Yeah, and just have energy going into the fight. I thought I had time. They hard engaged.
They were all there. You ran past the run shield and they're all fucking
Run.
Bubble breaks. Mew gets slept.
Run.
Mew gets purpled. Mew gets jumped. Mew dies. My fault.
Becomes depressed.
Yeah, all my fault. I don't even have grab yet. Totally not worth it. Sad times. Octopus on the screen. Sad times.
Sorry, I forgot you could see that.
I'm dropping.
Yeah, we're down.
And I think I also grab here, which is a bad play.
Yeah, same.
No,
Don't get a chance.
Stall point. Oh, so yeah, and I single-handedly lost us this point with that one play. It goes to show you how one little play can make such a big impact. That one little aggression and throwing our tanks away like that. We come back here and look what happens to our ults. We have great fucking ult economy going in. I'm dying.
Yeah, same.
Down point. EMP Grav. Molten Core. Nano. We're chilling. We got beat. We're chilling, right?
Someone fucked something up.
We didn't fight on point. It's already a tick. Down point, stall point. Somebody. So they got 3 people on point now. So Mew has to commit. That's alright, but Mew's charging in. Mew's not sitting on the corner of point with shield. Mew's a big charging target. So
I didn't think I was gonna make it if I walked.
You wouldn't have.
You might not have, but Niwu was there too. So what you'll see the pro teams, higher elo teams, even the diamond teams I saw tonight in this scrim do, is they take turns touching, one at a time. That's how you maximize your stall time. It's just like, I got it right now, I'm off, you got it, you're off, I got back on. Like, get your resources back up. Go grab that health pack if you need to. Like, so you can just sit on the edge with your shield up right here. Niwu uses his EMP now.
I didn't know Niwu didn't die. I thought he was respawning.
I thought he was dead too. I didn't think there was anybody to touch.
Even then though, I don't like the pin into point just because it is easy to get slapped, easy to get stunned, easy to get whatever. You kind of want to be a Mei at that point. Not like switch to Mei, you want to act like a Mei.
Just hold the corner.
Yeah.
Be annoying.
Yeah, exactly. Just like come to me, like come all the way around this big ass rectangle that I can turn around if you want to touch me. But that 2000 HP is gonna last a lot longer than the 500. And I'm coming now. You two both get deleted right there. Where if you do wait a second or two and then Niwu EMPs, you don't charge probably. You just like fire strike and swing, and you get like 3 kills. So that second, one or 2 seconds, and then Dank's right there too. So Dank has beat. So you had beat EMP. We didn't have Shatter, but you had beat EMP, so you could have taken a fight.
Grab.
98, 99, 100. Oh, you died right before beat. So that's just shitty. So that's something we can communicate, like, as we lose that first fight, if Dank, you and Mew have that little talk, like, just chill on the side of point till I have beat, then we fight.
Okay.
Because you just need, like, chip healing to get that extra 1-2%.
Yeah.
That big ass rectangle definitely helps with that. Mew can throw a fire strike in, chill on the side of point. Just like when we have to focus on stalling, your playstyle has to change completely. Yep. We can't be wall riding in for kills. We can't be charging in for pins. We have to play conservatively, play for time, play for staying alive. So if you guys do stay alive that extra 2-3 seconds, you get the beat. Niwu, you, and Niwu and the two of you get to take a fight while they're all EMP'd. And even if they beat after they're done being EMP'd,
nah, they're killing me.
we have the grab, and the 3 of you are alive plus me. We have a big follow-up. Slight dies right after this too. So we could have had like a big 5v6 fight. We just kind of got a little sloppy with it, and our ults get extremely staggered. Slight has to throw his in a panic. I have to throw mine in a panic. I barely even get to touch point here.
There we go, right in it.
No, I don't even touch point. So, yeah, that's just like a little bit of poor communication, a little bit of like lack of discipline on our part, where we just need to understand, like, play for the time real quick. Those extra 1 to 2 seconds in overtime or in trickle situations can be the world.
Damn, 2 CPs.
Alright.
Dang, 2 CPs.
Who wasn't here? Not really.
It was Bean. It was Bean.
Alright, Bean. So we're running Sim, Bastion on this.
I'm such a dick.
Up top right where we were holding. We're gonna go top left.
Wait, what?
And then we're gonna
Don't worry about it.
And fight them on that same ground. And then if they are
Wait, now it's you and
top
Slight
right,
that aren't
then
in the
go
group.
to middle ground.
It has been for a
high
while.
ground, middle of point.
Why don't y'all love You're us? gonna be our teleporter.
Yeah.
Because I never got invited.
You're gonna be our turret. Mew and I are shields, and Bean, what do you
Never
feel like you want
shields.
to play with this? Oh, this is so painful.
Zen might be
I watched
nasty.
this on the VOD.
Yeah.
Can we like skip it, right?
No, we need to watch and learn.
Bro, but when we ran Symmetra and OD,
Want to teleport first?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm mad I didn't get the VOD of that.
No, because we're going
Oh,
on.
we're on the other side.
Yeah, we're going up.
It's clearly because yeah, Chris.
Alright.
that was mean.
No, Lucio's so weird. So,
Yeah, right.
again, everything I'm doing, Mew, is kind of the positioning you should be having. And I need to be more patient as an off tank and let you do what I'm doing.
They're right side.
Okay.
Like, I'm the one peeking, I'm the one checking them out. You're the one who...
left side. Their junk's on point. They're kind of spread out. Shielding.
That's your call to make. That's not my call. That early fight call. So if you're shielding up and I'm behind, you can call how they're spread out, where they're at, and our movement. So that was the biggest thing here, because we all moved in through the right room immediately.
I didn't. That was the biggest problem.
Yeah. So instinctively against a Junkrat, Our entire team was just like, alright, let's just get away from the spam, hide in the room, we'll be able to use our shields and our healing to sustain for a second until we get that telly up. My idea here was we shield right here, we telly up over yonder, and Mew shields until I get mine off cooldown.
My idea was not go into that choke and not show them what we have, throw that teleporter up top left, and then go in, and I didn't communicate that. But
your
neither of
idea
us
was
communicated.
10,000% better. We just didn't communicate it.
Yep.
So if we do, that becomes a whole different play. They don't see our strat, we pop up onto them, and they all die. So yeah, a little more communication in the spawn room maybe. Cause, or even just like walking up. So like, as we're walking up, alright, I'm gonna throw telly round right at the corner here. Not in the room? No, not in the room, right in the corner. Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Just like a real quick exchange can happen and fix that that miscommunication, that disconnect right there.
Okay.
They're on us left side. They're junks on point. They're the telly's behind one in here. So yeah, we lose.
They know what we're doing now.
Here, we'll watch it. This room and tellying from here. Yeah. We all went in here.
Alright, let's wait for us, him.
Yeah. And the reason, my thinking here is like, if we do wait in the open, we're running a Zen, we're running a Bastion, the junk's above us, we can take a pick. So unless we do get that telly down, like, as soon as we turn the corner, we
don't have to go around the corner.
No, I got you, 100%.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, not ready for it at all. And no, neither are any of us. You see how our team, Mew's looking, like 4 of us are looking ahead already. So, if we know that's coming, we play this entirely differently. From here. Just a little, that telly being there, you being dead here, that sucks for us, because it completely changes our strat, and they're like, oh, they're trying to telly to the high ground there, let's keep an eye on it now. We all went in here. And at that point, I think we should just telly in their face. I sit there with Bastion, Mew goes fucking aggressive with Slight on her, and it's just fucking...
Let's wait for us, him.
Yeah, Crush City.
Yeah, we can hit it from...
Get the shield up.
Yeah,
they know what we're doing now.
Yeah, they do. They have Junk and McCree. They don't have much to stop it besides the Junk, so we can shield that. Wait for Dank and then we go. We should have switched already.
Yeah, I'm here. Where are we going?
This is a one-time strat, I feel like.
Yep.
Go into room and then top left.
Again, I do what Mew should do. I take a bunch of damage.
Top left from here.
My shield breaks.
Body block for Bastion.
Telly's up. Go.
Yeah, I think that's what my logic was there, but he was already moving. And we all die.
Go.
Oh no.
Jump going.
We also didn't posture, we kept moving.
Across. Okay. Yeah, and those are the little communication things, like, I won't even put my shield down there if I know we're just like, tell you down, keep moving. Just a few words that let your team know, like, hey, don't stop here, just keep going through this telly and we're gonna keep walking forward until we're in a good spot. But you don't have to say all that, you can just say telly down, keep going.
Mew, what the fuck?
Alright, let's go.
All these fucking tentacles, goddamn.
Oh,
It's becoming a head tie.
I'm asleep.
Oh.
I'm purple.
Alright, switch your comp right now.
Run low.
We're too indecisive with this. We gotta switch.
I switch even though I have my own.
And I said too indecisive, but we kinda address what it really is. We're running more goats here. More goats. Moats!
Big old moat.
I think we did it. Brig, please. We did it without the brig, I'm pretty sure. Actually, new Lucio Moro. We'll go Lucio Moro. Wait, did we? What do we do here?
Yeah, if
We
we
kept
point,
it.
Niwu can get clean shots into.
Yeah, we need to just go to point and fight that.
No, we did go Lucio. We threw away the trance at 60, which.
Where's everyone? Everyone ready?
Not yet, not yet.
Alright, let's go.
We're not gonna farm it because we're not poking with this comp, so
Alright,
it's
keep
not a
going,
bad
keep going,
play.
keep going.
Speed boost it.
Oh no, we don't need to. We don't need to.
Behind us, behind us, behind
We
us.
did a very, very good job, except shield hop this against the Junkrat Mew.
Keep
Okay.
going, keep going, keep going.
Speed boost it.
We do that a lot as a team. I do it too. I can bubble it. You can be shield hopping it. We just need to make it a little safer for our team to walk in here, cause they get free ass sightlines onto us here. OD teams will punish the fuck out of that. I think they were sitting right up on top of us, cause they were expecting the Bastion again. Nobody pressed tab, and called the comp change. So they were just sitting up there and they dropped on us. Or they saw the way we played it and they were like, hey, we'll have the discipline and drop on them the way they dropped on us and we'll fight that way. But Azaria drops a hunt. A zoner off. Mew kills the tire.
Huge kill.
I'm dead.
And
Me dies.
what was it? I think I did notice on the stream Dank that you were up on the Junkrat and then
I was up on the Junkrat.
you flew in further after rather than flying to point.
Did I?
Yeah. And
My bad.
you got super low. So that's just something to think about is like as Diva you always want to have all your resources including your health before taking an engagement.
Yep.
I'm dead.
You do try to come back, but you go towards them rather. Well, towards them rather than like back around the point. So like, there's a safe way to come back and a dangerous way to come back, and losing your mech as Diva is a big ass deal. So if you fly back with Matrix right here, there's a chance you eat this grav, and we counter engage super hard.
Look at that ugly ass Ryan face.
I think the only reason I don't fly through mid is because the mines are there.
Oh, the Junkrat death
Yeah,
mines.
the Junkrat death mines.
Got you. A half second of patience.
Yeah.
Could mean the world. I do the same shit all the time too. It's something we can all work on. Is just like, wait, that's extra second.
Speed boost in together.
Good shit. Nice
Main
kill.
heal down, yeah, main heal down. Wait for me, Bean, wait for me. Wait for your team, wait for your team.
You was just popping off, it's fine.
Yep.
Niwu, got all behind you.
Which any Fortnite player, any CS player is gonna do. We gotta recruit a fucking CS player to be our Widow player.
See, I play CS,
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
and I'm good with the op. I'm bad with Widow.
But are you like good?
I,
Because there's people that are crazy
Yeah.
good at CS.
Cut off the Ana, that's up. No,
for my rank, yes.
Ryan?
Ryan.
I don't have LS.
Ryan behind still. Ryan half.
Oh, this is where didn't we ignore him like the whole time and he came back?
So Slide and I are here.
Slit's half there.
Half HP?
No, like he was leaving.
Oh.
My purple. I got it.
Run.
Well, yeah, but that's where we kind of fell apart. Was one thing we should take note of as just for us and as a team. Fuck the point. Unless it's overtime, fuck the point. Take the fight, get the picks, then go to the point. We can always afford to go and chase this Rhine as a team, and then go kill the rest of the team while they don't have their main tank.
Oh, I'm purple. I got it.
Run.
I'm really low. Thank you.
Run's low behind, still.
And that happens. Where he should have been dead 4 seconds ago, and we could have committed a point together. He gets nanoed. I'm pretty sure he takes down Dank here. Yeah, the shatter. Oh, he doesn't even get you. He just shatters you.
Ryan low. Ryan.
I don't know where I'm starting. Don't worry about it.
Niwu gets popped by Ikkyo.
No.
Dawnbreaker gets Mew. I'm Reaper. Die.
we can't leave a low target. We're goats, we all have to go to the same place together. If there's a low target like the Rhine out of position there, we can't just have me and the Moira chasing it. All 6 of us have to go on that Rhine. That's me. That's my frustrated mouse circles. Let's go, let's go. Speed boost, speed boost.
Yep, speed boost. Let's go.
Oh, what the fuck?
That nice yellow
All
circle.
Let's
go, let's go. Speed boost, speed boost.
Yep, speed boost.
He amps the heals. I don't think he realized he was on speed already. I like how Bunny plays that perfectly and still gets super punished. Just because of where he is. Because, I think the Rhine does. Or no, the Rhine, we just leave the Rhine behind. But, like, okay. There's a D.Va bomb. I gotta shield this at the last second. Cool. Gets pinned immediately after and focus down. Yeah.
I'm low on health. I'm on Ana. Ana's down.
McCrew dead.
Got him.
I'm on the Hanzo.
Target, call target.
Hanzo can die. Hanzo's really low.
Got him.
Lucio.
Just try to punch him. Just like.
I think what made that work for us was their McCree being on the low ground, their Hanzo being on the low ground. If you, Dank, have to deal with them up top, they can melt you as you go up for them. Continue raining hell from above. Get support from their healers that can kind of play on the staircase that's up here. I think poor positioning on their DPS part. I've grabbed it because I was able to kill their McCree pretty much by myself. How did their Hanzo die? He was alive till the end. Pretty much, at least.
They may have been on the high ground. I don't remember what happened exactly. I can't really see it.
Nah, Hanzo was on point. Oh, Niwa said Hanzo won, so he might have dropped. But I think they were all just playing point. They saw what we were playing and they were just like, play point. Oh, they might have been scared of Niwu's Widow.
Probably.
That's a very real thing. But the McCree being here, like, why is McCree walking into point at that door? I'm looking for a tank at that point.
Oh, he just came back. He just came back.
The McCree?
Yeah. He got picked early.
Oh, the McCree got picked. Gotcha. To snowball this. We just need to go together. Whatever we do it together.
Yep. You want to go down main, top, what are we doing?
They have Genji, McCree. We gotta go main to make sure McCree, go top to make sure McCree's not up there. They have fire, yeah, clear off the, oh, they have Genji. They were indecisive. Fucking Ikea. Right up here.
He was pretty good, honestly.
You're good. No,
I was looking for grab right there, and then we got grabbed, so I was like, nah. Oh, wait.
no one's dying. You're purple though.
Alright.
Genji one.
I should have called grabbing point.
I dropped. Fuck.
I'm going.
Genji.
It still worked though, because Mew and I were, yeah, slight chases their Genji, which is kind of alright here, because we have all our resources, and then he comes straight back to us.
Sorry.
Zarya1's already down.
And Bean kills our Zarya.
Yeah, I'm purple.
Yeah, I was with him.
No.
I don't know what I'm swinging at.
Oh yeah.
We split it off like 2-2 and 2 to kill people. It was weird. Like,
yeah, it works though. Like,
same people. Me and Bean were on the same people, and then you and Mew were fighting people.
yeah. Yeah, we just I grabbed their tanks, and Mew and I were able to take out their tanks in the 2v2, so that works.
It's because I 360 no stuck charge time.
Oh
Slight
man.
chase down the Genji. Niwu was doing Niwu things, and then me and Bean were cleaning up anything that was outside of the grav.
Yep. Like ready to go from play. And the fact that we did all those Symmetra shenanigans, and yeah, that was really good.
And then came out with a little
4
bit less
seconds
time.
less, yeah.
Yeah.
So we go Widow Dotes, which I do like the Moira Lucio here that we start employing, because it's clean. Walk in, and then
That's fun.
Yeah, that McCree.
around the world,
Pick
around
was it. That was
the
it.
world.
Alright, so we're going under them, right? It's all good.
There's somebody above. Oh wait, we should listen to the comms on the way in. Oh yeah. Well, let's just do
Go
left.
under them,
Let's
right?
do left, yeah. Do left since we're here already. We should have just gone right side, that's my bad.
It's all good.
There's somebody above, Doom, I think.
Yeah,
I'm going straight to point. Yeah, I'm going straight to point. Go Ryan, go Ryan, go Ryan, go Ryan. Oh my god, Mew, you got magnet charged.
What did I do?
Go Ryan. Watch how the charge sucks you in. Go Ryan, go Ryan, go Ryan, go Ryan.
It grabbed you and then you got booped.
That was racism at its finest.
Yeah, so that's Overwatch.
Fuck you, Overwatch. Eat my
So much
ugly ass.
Go, 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 Doom, Doom, Doom.
He's dead, he's dead.
Pop.
Zarya, run.
I really thought I wasn't there.
I'm slept.
Well, wake up.
Run down.
But the more Lucio gives us so much sustain and the mobility of us as dive tanks makes it so hard for them to consistently focus any one target. Because every 4 seconds as Hammond and every 5 seconds as Devo, we're just flying around. And every 5 seconds as Wishens, we're jumping around like, and then we got bubbles, and then we got shields, and then we got matrixes. Like, our comp is so fucking annoying to deal with. We just have to be really good at focusing things.
And then we have Niwu.
And then we have Nemo.
In the back is a threat.
I'm dying.
At all
Well,
times.
stop.
Which, let's be real, any team playing against our comp here is gonna get ripped apart by any Widow. Because are they really going and dealing with a Widow while all this is going on?
They can't. They actually can't.
Helping it.
Lucio.
Me being bad at hamster. Just kill her. She's
We have beat already.
They have a widow shooting in.
Doomfist.
Widow one.
He's gonna be jumping at the fucking.
Run the second.
Kill that Ana.
Ana here, Ana's throwing.
Ana's throwing.
I like how that became my call out for when somebody was out of position. I did it like 5 seconds earlier, and I do it again here. Mining point right now.
Watch around.
So apparently Tinsy said Star-Lord is like a diamond tank. And him going to tank and putting Dawnbreaker on Ana was them trying super hard.
Watch the Rhine Shatter.
He doesn't have
Oh
it.
yeah, I remember that.
You didn't have a team.
Winston, no bubble.
Honestly.
Come on.
I
Well,
still kicked his ass.
yeah. Where's Widow? I don't think any team's ready to play against this Dotes.
Winston.
No, because it's dirty.
Go, Woso.
Isn't this how we dealt with the 4 DPS shenanigans?
I think so.
I don't remember.
We'll talk about it.
Bastion. We got a Bastion.
The fucking Bastion saved them.
He's one.
He's dead.
We lost 3 there.
That knockups gross.
Reaper.
Oh, sorry.
Sustain a squishy above you. Put him on your head, and then they don't know what to do.
Wait, what happened?
Just that knock-up is just gross. Just knock up a squishy and get under them. You just put them on your head, and they don't know what to do.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah, but we don't get much time left.
It's alright. I'll have a minefield, we'll have a beat. Everybody on the Bastion together is the goal. Let's try to go... I'm gonna try to scout him real quick here. Bastion is... Do you see him? Did you see him here? Let's play spot the Bastion. Bastion is...
Bottom right.
Oh no, he's hiding.
Where the fuck is he?
He's
Oh!
He's hiding behind.
Sneaky little bastard.
Dude, we're not there yet.
It was such a bad engage, but it worked out so well. So what happened is I'm like, all right, we're here and ready. I see the Bastion. I'm like, go time, hamster time. Let's go. I think seeing Bean also was like, oh, speed boost is here, time to go.
He's crossing over. He's hiding behind. He's set up now. Go.
Dude, we're not there yet.
We're not there.
We're good.
If those mines would have...
So the mines were a backup plan. If we didn't just straight up kill him, which we did.
Ideally, they should have been on point.
Winston.
Fight on point, fight on point.
Winston low,
In the dream world, they killed the Ryan.
I'm Ryan.
They did damage him.
Did they?
He's one.
He's still alive, so it didn't matter. But
Yeah, that big fucking shatter.
Fast your setup.
No, we back out. That's a lost fight. Full goats. Last push.
Yeah.
We have to die the Bastion first.
Yeah, we push top right and we just walk on top of him.
Oh wait, am I still? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Ryan shattered, saved that game. Holy shit. He was one dude and he
this
shattered
bomb
every
made
single
me sad.
Let's, top right.
Yeah.
The
just
Bastion.
dive,
Makes me so sad.
Where is he?
He's right here. How did that McCree not die?
Oh, I fell.
Oh, nice, thank you.
On him. Get him, melt him. I need help.
I don't know where he is. Nice.
Called out where he was, so I was
shield up.
Matrix flying at him. But we didn't.
No, Winston, watch out. I just don't think our comp had the mobility. We weren't like completely pushing together. Let's look at it.
I fell down.
Yeah, Mew falls down, so Mew can't follow.
We all go with you. Pretty sure.
Yeah, you go with me on the 1, 2, 3.
Do I know how I fell? Absolutely not.
Oh, nice, thank you.
You might have got booped by Krosky.
A little bit.
Oh, who isn't here?
Oh, I fell.
Because yeah, that Ryan got melted, so it was a lot of us. You see the Moira here, so Slight's there.
I think Lucio might have been up there too. I'm not sure.
Shit, so that was
Beans
Lucio.
there.
Oh, nice, thank you.
You're there because you go on the Bastion.
Get him, melt him. I need help.
I don't know where he is. Nice.
I guess just Mew dropped.
Shield up.
Oh, Niwu wasn't with us.
Shield up.
Yeah. Which I don't think he was supposed to be. I think he was still Widow. Or was he break here? No, Winston, watch out.
We said full goats, so probably break, but it's Niwu.
No,
Maybe still Widow.
Do we lose this or do we win this?
We win this. We win this because we win this map.
Trying to heal that.
Bastion one.
If he stays in turret, he probably wins the game.
Nope.
Please fall, you
Their mistake I made.
I'm low.
Did you fucking hear me?
Piece of shit.
Talking to my bomb?
Bastion one.
Did it get stuck up somewhere? Where was it?
So
It
we
got-
lose.
I threw it up and the beam moved under and caught the.
Oh no.
Oh, Niwu went Ana here. So we went Ana, Lucio, Moira.
Well, okay.
No break. I don't like it.
Trying to heal that.
Bastion one.
Oh, please fall, you shit.
You piece of shit.
Heals coming in.
Lucio one. Honestly, the bubbles bought us a good couple seconds there to heal up and actually take a fight.
No, you got me.
Yeah.
Let's see if I got you.
Good call by Slight. Lets me know I gotta keep taking the fight, or I can keep taking the fight.
Yeah.
If we can hold the knife.
Besides disengaging.
Yeah. Because I usually would be trying to disengage at that point, but I just keep going in. I get the doom. I get pinned, but I live because I'm healed up by this Moira at this point. I grab Krosky because he's an annoying frog.
So we play for a draw now, or?
10k damage.
We got both points. Oh, that's overtime.
I got a little hype.
We play for the win.
There are no draws around here, boy.
What do we do defensively here? It's a Miami coming out.
Oh, that's our second push.
That was second push, yeah.
We tuned it up.
What do we run, man?
I mean, it worked out. It
I think
worked
we
out
run
really
the
well.
I don't really fuck with the May on this point, honestly.
No, not on this point.
We run the Pharah?
Let's do Torb Fire.
I could dig that.
Let's get it.
Knew you wanted.
And then
Dude, I already got
Lucio?
15k heals and I played DPS one round.
Actually, you want to play fair?
Insane.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
We should be talking strats here. Talking what we expect from them.
Anybody? Oh, you already found the banana.
Just anything useful.
Somebody did. It may have got blown open.
Although,
I'm not talking about bananas.
Yeah, with this comp, we should start top left, let Dank control top right, and then we'll... Yep, I see the turret, but it's not outlined. Why isn't the turret outlined? It should be outlined like a friendly.
I wish it was. Or just have a little chevron above it.
Yeah, I think that's why I was like... Look, I'm looking at this light. Like, where's turret?
Yeah.
Where's
that turret down. I'll be over here.
Get that turret down.
They're running.
I'm like, what?
Junkrat spam.
Bud.
Junkrat half.
Yeah, you just like keep looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
I was like, wait.
They're pushing one. Junkrat one.
And that's so bad by me. I should trust my teammates enough there to know, like, a Torb's gonna have his fucking turret down.
I charge. No, I don't. Never mind.
Junkrat one.
They're low. Ryan's gone.
I whiffed some nasty right clicks there that could have turned the fight around.
Ryan's on point.
Bubble in one.
Get you behind you guys. Get you behind you guys.
Leave out a mech.
Down. I'm on Ryan. Oh, he was so low. I was pissed about that.
Yeah, so was I.
I don't even know if we killed him. I can remember if we did.
So when I say watch something, it's usually just like, watch out, that's a big damage source, that's something scary. Where? I should be, that bubble shouldn't have came then, that bubble should have come right here. When you actually start swinging into them.
Where's Jump?
Got fucking yeeted in his face.
I'm dying.
Bonnie was playing really well to kill me.
Yeah, Bunny's good about following low health targets. No, you're good for now. Oh yeah, go Widow. Just watch out for the Genji, we'll try to peel for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I gotta get used to Chris's voice. Because his voice sounds like Bean's voice to me sometimes. Land there when they start walking through.
Less enthusiastic, but yes.
In 10.
They're there now.
Ryan one.
Again, I shouldn't have us fighting up here. This is bad positioning by me. I force you guys to play it badly up here. Like, we're playing Ryan Zarya. Where do you guys think we should be playing?
Point.
Where should we be playing?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we can play there. We just need to be like back more.
I agree. I say right here.
Yeah.
We have the natural cover of the map if we need it. We can just like duck by and cover. We can duck into the stairwell. We can, and we've fought multiple teams that all use this, and we still haven't kind of picked up on it. We should start using this. This stairwell and that cover is the safest place to play. We can fall back into spawn. We can fall back into heals. So that's definitely the play.
And our healers are safe in that stairwell as long as we don't get run over.
Yeah, there's literally no LS. I get Mew killed because I can't even bubble her by the time they burst her down. Nevo boops him to point.
Point.
Grab on point.
Nice kills.
Bubble. Did my bubble just come back there? That's unfortunate.
As I died.
Yep.
What? Junkrat top over you.
Spam the bubble, I should have waited.
Dude.
I got Junkrat behind you.
Junkrat's one.
Diva.
Oh, Tifa.
That's fine. So low, dude. We don't have beat. What do? I'm like, no. They have Dragonblade. We have beat. We don't have beat. What do? What do we do?
Spread out.
Sometimes you say that, and I think it's a rhetorical question. And I'm
No,
like,
I'm
legit. He doesn't know.
No, I'm literally just like, fuck. What do we do? Mew, don't commit there. Just fall back if you have to. We play better here. This is good positioning.
Moira dead.
Nice. Not by me.
Those rockets are so fast. This is good positioning. Not by me.
Mew had good positioning until I forced her into bad
Watch
position.
it, Widow to your left. Widow to your left. Gank.
Genji.
I'm dying. If they don't beat that Genji, we win.
He's dead. Yep.
Widow?
How did I get back there? What am I?
With me.
Genji one.
No.
I don't remember half of these scrims.
How did you die?
No, how did I
she's,
get
like,
back
standing
there? I'm just back there hanging out.
Oh, because the Genji bladed, Niwu's like, come back, I'll get you on heals by spawn.
It's actually not a bad spot to jump into off of that
Yeah,
high ground. You get pressured back there.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You have the staircase, and then you have this little room by spawn to fall back into.
Where's the Widow?
On right.
And it did allow us to heal up and kind of re-engage.
1960 now still slaying.
Got Moira. I'm 15.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Fucking more, if that
Nano
fucking
punch.
diva. I tried to dodge the bomb and I still get hit again.
Die.
Just get it with time. Get it with
So
time.
you were dead?
He was getting pressured the fuck out.
Yeah. Just as a team in general, we need to recognize when like they're committing to point and not give them free percentage. If I'm the only tank, as the healers, you or whoever's playing healer can be like, play on point, I got you. Help.
Just get it with time. Get it with time. Get it with time.
I did kind of try to touch, but
I can't. I'm right there.
They just have
So
to get one
now we're playing for the draw, yeah.
we didn't know.
Oh, I did
how
leave.
long.
Use John.
Bye, Mew.
I'm you.
Yeah, but it was a good leave.
Mew, what happened?
I got disconnected from that 3.
Wi-Fi warriors.
I'm
It was really good.
We got.
I'm
I
bad.
think we need a Lucio to get to point here. Sorry, New. You can be DSP stanky though.
Oh, the game again.
Once we're on point.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
sorry.
didn't.
No, now I'm not in the group.
Left side just.
Oh man, one at a time.
And
Everybody
we're
leaves
doing what
us.
they did. They kind of fought us outside the point. Just commit our bodies. We are playing goats. We can just like full commit and fight on point there.
Did I play the demon
I will
here or
definitely
run the
commit my
hog?
bot.
Because they haven't seen a hog yet.
So yeah, it's something I specified there that I do want to just like reiterate. When we're playing goats, that's when we are totally comfortable. Just like everybody run on the point, everybody be there, everybody be around. Like fuck it, YOLO, goats onto the point, everyone. If we're playing another comp, we have to focus on positioning, sight lines, corners, all that fun stuff. Goats is kind of just more like, wee.
I like to wee.
Nah, I play the diva just because.
No way.
Shit all night
I don't
and there's
believe you.
Valuable shit to eat against any comp.
Alright. Okay, cool.
Hogs more if you want to just like brute force them. We're going for the longer game.
I mean, we have 1 minute though.
Yeah. We got this.
You can get your ult in a minute.
Yeah.
So when I say longer game, I mean in terms of the team fight. So
Yeah,
we have the Moira.
Really have a lot of time to take another team fight if we didn't. Take
Well,
a
that's the
quick-
thing. That's the thing. If we have one team fight, we want a long, effective team fight.
Gotcha.
Diva's Matrix there. Rather than like maybe we get a good hook, maybe we don't. Hog's a big ult battery. They're gonna get their DPS ults really quick against a hog. Diva mitigates Ana heals. She just does so much good stuff. She stops high ground stuff, which I'm pretty sure you do here. She's just like an essential part of goats. When you're running ground-based Moira goats like this. Wait, play it. There. Hog I like on like King's Row and stuff.
Okay.
Certain points he can be good when there's not as much high ground and it's not utilized as often. But here
there's
it's
not a
just
lot
high
of
ground
room.
city.
There's a
What?
lot less move. Like in the streets, there's a lot less room to move. On
Well,
King's Row,
I was even just thinking
a lot
push
easier to
point.
hit too. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if you watch the World Cup, Team UK used hog goats on defense actually, and played really well around it. So it can be done. It's just something that has to be practiced, and your hog has to be super good at landing those hooks. For when we're going around the corner.
They're gonna run cheese.
Be a fucking ball. Be a ball.
3, 2, 1, go.
Amp.
Bastion. Junk.
Amp, they have
And Junkrat.
Yeah, just play the point, play the point, play the cover of the point.
Oh, get fucked
Winston
up.
behind, Winston behind.
I'm on Winston, I'm on Winston.
Let's get Winston, let's get Winston.
Nice. Nile.
I didn't call that. I should have called that. If I'm like 10 charge lower, she gets that res off and it's a whole different fight because the junk's sitting behind a Rhine shield and I don't get to do this. Oh. Wait a second.
You broke it.
I'm on Winston, I'm on Winston.
Alright, here we go.
Let's get Winston.
Winston's low.
Rushing this Bastion out on top.
Bastion.
He's on top, he's on top.
Nice.
I got him.
Beautiful.
Yeah, dude, you called the Bastion up top. I'm like, okay, there's a low junk up here too. Like, it's worth committing my body to. At first, I got booped up here. I'm like, alright, I'll just use the high ground, pressure the junk a little, maybe get the kill, and then drop the point. But then you call the Bastion, I'm like, okay, I go.
Bastion.
He's on top, he's on top.
Nice.
I got him.
Woo, baby.
Let's see if pop it
Pressured
up.
him out that whole fucking time.
I wanted to see if I could make the jump.
Nice.
I got him.
Woo, baby.
I feel like if you're down on the stairs, just a touch,
Good
you get a little bit further.
Maybe.
Beautiful. He was trying so
But it
hard to get
doesn't
that.
really
I'm
matter.
Like, nah, boo. Nah, bitch.
Main. Let's go main.
Yep.
Yeah.
Straight down, straight down.
They have Ash. Watch
Yeah,
out.
no more
I'm here.
Bastion.
I'm here.
Ryan, Ryan.
I fucking love you.
I'm on right.
I have to tell everyone where I
Jump
am
down, jump
Ryan's low,
down.
Ryan's low,
at every
Ryan's
moment
down.
of the time.
Right side.
I should have saved that bubble. I regretted it.
Oh no, on the line,
immediately.
never mind.
A friendly bubble when they tire is like one of the most. Do you remember if we win this fight? Because we commit
Yes.
rally and shatter right here. Oh yeah, it's
Pretty
last
sure we
fight.
do.
Yeah, very winnable. Call target.
Hog.
More frags, slight, beam, slight.
Ryan?
Ryan coming on.
Ryan down.
Which during a rally in those trickle situations, the Moira can be a valuable asset to finish off those kills. Holy shit, we are on it tonight, team.
We're so clutch. I love us.
Clutch mode.
Fuck out of here.
Dude, it's always the overtimes.
Time remaining.
1.8.
Oh,
Oh, we got time.
Ikeo salty about the Doomfist changes.
Counter goats? Just
Yeah.
play goats on point?
Yeah.
Play goats on point.
Or do we want to play a Pharah or a junk with it?
That's mute.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good call.
my more.
No, I can play that. Yeah, you
Not
do.
more.
It's up to you, man.
Wait, who's playing the drunk? Am I playing Diva?
Wait,
Yeah, you play Diva and Niwu on the junk.
Oh wait.
Niwu, get off of it.
We got this shit.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah.
Mike Bean.
And Niwu, just
Whoa.
play patient. You never have to touch the point. You're just there to fucking spam into them. We'll do all the work on the ground.
Wait, I go high ground or?
Yeah. Eventually you'll be high ground. You can start the fight with us, but then
Whoa.
let's start on high. Let's start on high. Just so
Wait, Mew. Let me do something real quick.
Okay, we're on the way up.
Make them think.
So I want to discuss the staging here that Niwa and I were discussing, because it is kind of important on this map and on high ground maps in general.
Fucking spam into them. We'll do all the work on the.
Let's go here.
Wait, was that Mew doing that?
What? Yeah.
Fucking drawing on the screen. I thought it was you. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I would never.
Mike Bean.
And Niwu, just play patient. You never have to touch the point. You're just there to fucking spam into them. We'll do all the work on the ground.
Wait, I go high ground
Yeah. Eventually you'll be high ground. You can start the fight with us, but then... Yeah. Eventually...
So, the Junkrat here. We can show the Junkrat early. It's not like a big deal if they know the Junkrat's there. But we want the Junk to be able to spam their shield down and be either like he's either sitting up here or he's sitting on the opposite side on the staircase at the start of the fight once they commit to point. So having that presence and having that like, oh, you got a full commit there and my team's gonna jump on you if you full commit to me, where Junk just gets out, that presence is really good. And Niwu asking about that.
Eventually you'll be high ground.
The
Start the fight with us, but then...
positioning there was really good.
Let's start on high just so our Junk can spam.
Okay, we're on the way up.
Make them think we're running bunker type shit. I see Moira. No, I see Lucio. Ryan's
Go to point.
They have more healing than us. We have to be good about punishing stuff. Kill Ryan.
Call it out.
Right.
Break on me.
Ryan's down.
I'm back to point. I'm low on health.
Diva.
Thank you. I'm on Diva. Diva one.
I just fly through the middle of the fight.
Sorry, no personal.
I'm on Diva.
Sorry's in the back. Sorry's alone. Isolated. One.
Nice fight. One more
The fight went really long,
we have Riptire, we have Shadow.
so our Moira and our Junkrat got maximum value.
Coalescence and Shatter in the mid fight.
I'll beat mid fight too.
Really long in terms of ghost fights.
We should probably get the
I don't think they have ults.
We are going, so we can just friggin' throw shit on them right here.
They might have right now.
Go. Point.
Yo, pop that fat tire. Let's go, baby.
Run.
Okay, no more cats.
Oh,
Alright, let's go back. They speed to point here.
Throw shit on them right here.
They might have right now.
Go. Point.
Yo, pop that fat tire. Let's go, baby.
Run. Oh,
Ryan coming.
We get 2 picks. We shatter the shit out of them. We grab them because it's overtime and we win. Because we have a lot of ults and they don't.
Woo!
Oh baby.
Let's get it! Who took all the limbs? You asshole!
I don't know, dude. I got 20,000 healing and I played 2 rounds.
57, dude.
That's crazy.
57. Let's go.
I didn't even realize my boy was in the background lurking.
Silver damage.
I didn't even get any medals. It feels good.
That was a good shot.
That shadow was huge.
Stinky Shatter. Stinky Shatter.
Now the loss.
We're right in the fucking face.
Yeah. A really good Junkrat.
So I found something out that
What's up?
that I need to throw out there. If I play Widow well until about halfway to quarter of the way through.
You just start potatoing?
Yeah, I don't know what happens.
No, it happens for me too. Sometimes you lose the intensity, sometimes it's just like
Beach ball!
you don't get like, oh fuck. Sometimes you miss like 1 or 2 shots and it turns into 3 or 4 shots and you're just like, you get in your own head.
I'm gonna go break.
So I definitely feel you.
Sorry,
I think I don't know how we're gonna do it.
Buddy.
Whether we're still gonna do the whatchamacallit? Like if we run 3 support comps, it's not an issue. But you, Slight, and Bean should be in every match. And I feel like you're really, really good in the off support role, especially on the Lucio, just because of your locality. Like how much you talk. So unless you're playing, like, unless you want to practice super niche heroes
like the Sombra like the Mei, and that's things we have to like full commit a whole practice or two to. Is just like practicing strats, practicing on maps with them, like.
Sombra's one that I would really like to start running.
I'm down for it too. It's just something we have to get used to, and we have to have 2 DPS players. With the Sombra, you need a disruptive DPS. We could run Sombra Hammond. That is an option. It's basically like Hammond takes the role of the Doomfist.
Can we run maybe dive goats with a Sombra instead of one of them?
We could do that. We could do dive goats where we ran dive goats with the Widow. We could just do dive goats with the Sombra.
I think it would work out pretty well, honestly.
Yeah, I'm down for it. That's a good call. We can try that out in practice.
Mew is leaving.
Crazy.
Okay, bye Mew.
Bye Mew.
Yo, hit me up when you guys play comp next. I'll hop in.
What level are you? Or for me? Everybody can get.
We shouldn't be talking dilly-dallying here. We should be talking positioning, talking about where we're gonna fall back to, all that good stuff.
Here, ready?
Oh shit!
Come in here, come in here, come in here, come in here. Yeah, I shouldn't be calling this right now. I should be like, let's posture up on the bridge. We fall back into the room and force them to fight us in here. We fall back and drop on them at the... I think it would be at the front of the dip. No? We want to take an early fight at the front of the dip, or even like right at the corner.
We're fighting from up here.
Just like us not talking.
Drop for him.
But then we do collapse pretty well. Bunny doesn't die, which isn't the worst thing, but you do, which sucks. You remember how you died here?
No, I have no clue.
Oh shit, you were up by us. Oh, you get doinked by a Hanzo.
Fight the corner. Oh, we lost Link. Fall back, fall back.
Kroski on Hanzo?
Fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back.
What? What do you say?
We lost.
Kroski playing the Hanzo.
We lost 2.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. He hit a really nice shot.
Ryan out of position?
Yeah.
Never mind. I got tired.
It was high ground, jumping down, he hit me midair.
Watch out there, Widow.
Let me be in, careful.
My shield's almost down, my shield's almost down. Play corner.
Nice, nice, nice. We got picks. Go back in.
Devo top, Devo top still.
That's a really good call from you.
Kilana.
Push Steven down a little bit.
Lucio alone here.
Yeah, those type of mid-fight calls, Bean or I tend to make them. It's just like, hey, we shouldn't be just like sitting around right now. Go in. People are dead. We need to take the space back and shit. Like, completely honest, most of the time it's hard for me to make calls just because I hate having to press push to talk while I'm focusing on doing stuff. My mechanics aren't all there yet, so I'm just like focusing on that mid-fight.
What do you have buttons on your mouse?
I do, but I don't use them for push to talk because I start getting really shitty at aiming when I have to hold a button.
Switch to open mic.
I could, but the mics that I have are super fucking sensitive and my keyboard's really fucking loud.
Okay.
Right on point, right on point,
Yeah.
right on point.
I've tried it.
Right here. Kill him.
Good calls there. We follow up, so at this point I get doinked. I shouldn't be up here. We shouldn't go to their spawn. The corner is the safe space that we need to take. Up till there, that's good. Once I start going around the corner and chasing the diva, I'm in danger, and I think I might get picked here actually. No, you called me out, yeah.
He will come back.
Hey,
halfway to go.
C9.
Nice.
We have Nanoblade,
I know, it's true.
Nanoblade.
This fight, guys. Do it aggressively.
Watch the Hanzo top mid, careful. Shield up.
That Hanzo stink the shit out of you.
Shield up. I got it.
He's a pretty good Hanzo, honestly. I don't know why they
Yeah,
don't put him on him more.
Kroski's just really good. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves up.
I'm burning.
Shield's going down.
What a hit.
Go.
That's gonna hurt Frost a lot. If he does.
Run on Mega.
Is he diamond?
I don't know.
Very nice.
D.Va right here, D.Va.
But again, like I said earlier, SR doesn't really matter.
Behind us.
True that, true that.
Behind us, top, behind us.
Hanzo on high.
Oh fuck.
It's just
All
you,
right.
just you.
Let's hang back.
I shouldn't
Both
be
of you guys
here.
are critical. Both of you guys are critical.
Yeah, that's why I'm up here.
Speaks for itself.
Oh, we should have ran that Bastion sim under here.
I should have just gone underneath. I shouldn't have gone around. I'm gonna grab from above. Oh no, they're here.
Watch the Hanzo spam.
No, they're here.
They're above.
Ryan just walks around the corner. It's like,
Good job.
never mind.
You ready? You ready?
Oh, no.
You got shatter.
I hear the nope as I'm pressing Q.
Yep.
That's
What?
fine. That's fine.
I'm
That's
so
fine.
far, dude.
No more.
Oh no,
on our
this
end.
is
We
gonna be a
have,
tragic.
Nanoblade mid fight.
We have Nanoblade.
Shatter and Tire in the early fight. Just stay alive right now. We can touch. We have plenty of time. Careful,
Still
careful.
spawn coming in 3.
Just turn corner. We're chilling.
Oh no, dude. Left side Hanzo. Left side Hanzo.
Top left. Top left.
Fuck. What a pick.
Bonus bubble reaction.
Great.
Sorry, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Thanks. That's really unfortunate. None of us can really scout that, I don't think, at that point, except Mew. Who's kind of focused on the doorway. At that point, that's the Hanzo being smart, playing top left and looking for the spawn camp pick and gets one on slight.
I'm going.
And now we go in, but I'm at 27 health. We have no bubbles. It's a lost fight.
Yep.
I'm one. Hanzo got me up top.
Oh no, this wasn't even the Nanoblade one.
Hanzo one on point.
Nice, New.
Coming. No, what?
We nano.
Oh, it was.
Wow.
Back out.
You
Back out.
nano
back
Mew.
out,
I
back
went
out.
up for Hanzo. Mew got aggressive,
Let me
and then we
do
seen
that.
it.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? That was insane.
5K
You.
blade. Holy shit.
Whoa.
I can't believe you died. No.
I went up for the Hanzo. That's my bad.
We can fight
Not
close.
running
Fight
Darius.
close.
I'm just spamming, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, as a Lucio, it is
Oh,
kind
well,
of your
you healed
responsibility to just like card hop.
Hanzo bottom right.
If it's like a 3-man contest and it's Ryan and Genji, you can probably expect
That's
your.
where I get really confused as to what I'm supposed to do because like we have.
So it's
We don't really
weird.
have anybody that can heal for high ground, so like I kind of try to peel and boop them down, but then like we had kind of won the fight, so I went to speed boost the fight, but then we lost cart.
At that point, neither is your responsibility. You're just the heal station on point.
Okay.
Until we've guaranteed the fight win. Also, the whole you feel like you have to get stuff on high ground. Talk to us. We'll do it. We'll help with it. Cause you leaving the fight to go do that, disables our tanks essentially. Okay. So it is like even if you do end up like neutralizing a threat for X amount of time, not having our Lucio with us for that time, could hurt us.
Okay.
And like with Mew playing as aggressive as she does, that does come into play a lot.
Right, careful.
But to the contest scenario, if you're there with a Ryan and a Genji, or even like Slight and anybody, you can expect everybody else is going to leave point to chase a kill or two at some point. You as the Lucio kind of have to take that responsibility to just be like, all right, I got cart.
Okay.
The situations where you can speed are fights where it's not like super fucking close on payload, but that's why a lot of the pro Lucios, or not even pro Lucios, but just like Lucios in general, will just hop around cart, switching from speed to heal, and just be like, play around me, I'm on cart. It's Mew's responsibility there, actually, to be off payload. She should be pushing past the payload, so you can comfortably sit on the payload.
Okay.
So yeah, it happens like that. You guys made a huge fucking play. It was really good. We just forgot about the cart for a second.
Yeah.
D.Va, I'm taking her grab.
Ash is back there too.
Break shield, break shield.
Triple dragon. Oh, I got pushed right into that.
I got on it.
Huge. Why isn't Krosky their fucking DPS player?
Yeah, I don't know. No clue.
Back on you, back up.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Halfway to Grav. We have.
I need to kill that Hanzo before I tire, dude. He's gonna.
Tire safe. Just tire safe and I can
Watch him.
guard
Watch him. Watch him.
Just like in training.
Oh,
my
fuck.
Six,
I'll
six.
just,
Yeah,
I'll
he's
just
right
sleep.
there.
I'll just sleep.
We should be going bottom left here. What's our comp?
Guess I don't know if bottom left's a good call just because he
Just like in
kind of rule high ground
Oh,
and he
fuck.
can poke
I'll
over
just-
shield.
I'll-
Yeah,
I'll
he's
just
right
sleep.
there.
I'll just sleep.
Wait. We have to go. We have to
Shield
go.
up.
We
Shield
have
up.
to
Shield
go.
up.
Either way, we're funneling ourselves in. Here, there's a lot more natural cover from the map. Our healers get to sit behind these boxes after we shield them in. And the tanks touch and retreat as necessary right here, while still technically touching cart according to cart. Having the high ground's nice, but that's something we want to take later on or like in the mid fight. Have one of our people sit up there.
I need heals.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Wow.
No.
Watch out!
I'm shattered.
That combo's nasty.
Yeah, Bob's just really
Play on the
fucking
left a little
strong.
bit. Never mind, we're all done.
Dude, we need the tire. Even if he kills it,
Yep.
it needs to be our engage. That's all. So yeah, I didn't want to like micro Chris too much, but we don't really practice with him that often, so I wanted to make that point. He was really worried about his tires, like the Hanzo's gonna kill it, blah blah blah. We really struggled to touch cart there because they were just all sitting on it. If they hear that tire at the beginning of the fight, even if it doesn't kill anyone, scares them all off cart for sure. So that's something we gotta focus on doing, is just like willingly use those ults. The way I yeet grabs, we have to fucking yeet tires and shit when we have to.
Yep.
That's what I keep saying every
Yep.
fight. So just send it in, spread them out, and then
Yeah.
we'll go in on that.
I am not a
And he ends up not even using it at all.
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, we all die so fast, he just doesn't use it.
Oh,
Oh,
my
fuck.
Six,
I'll
six.
just,
Yeah,
I'll
he's
just
right
sleep.
there.
I'll just sleep.
No, I thought you meant like for the rest of the map.
No,
Shield
no,
up,
no.
shield up.
Okay.
I need heals. Oh.
Yeah, the bomb comes in, the shadow comes in. And where I was complimenting Niwu earlier on talking to me about like the positioning and stuff, and being like, yeah, the tank's got the low ground, you just sit on high and bother them. Light ends up dropping to the low ground here to play. And gets shattered, gets punished along with Mew when the shatter comes in. Where
Yep.
if he's sitting up top there, he might actually trap the Rhine while he's trying to pin. Spam him down, like punish him for shattering, essentially.
I boot Bob away. Just play it on the left a little
But
bit.
yeah,
Never mind, we're
they
all
win that super clean.
Yeah.
We need the tire, even if he kills it,
Yep.
it needs to be our engage. That's what I keep saying every
Yep.
fight. So just send it in, spread them out, and then
Yeah.
we'll go in on
I
that.
am not a good loser.
I have blade.
Yeah.
Are any of them going right?
No, they're playing together on point. Fight.
I'll come to check. I'll come to protect you.
So again here, as we're walking in, Chris goes
Are
off to
any
the
of them
right
going right?
to kind of make a solo queue play. He asks if any of them are going right, and I don't call him off, but I should. We don't have tank pressure here.
Right.
We don't have him
No,
spamming
they're
their
going
shield
together on
down,
point.
making that space uncomfortable for them to be in. He's just kind of hanging out on the side, being
He's really
Krampus.
far out. I think he should have just ducked
Yeah.
into that room quick, threw it, jumped it over top.
Either playing up top or just playing the corner with the team. Like, this is one time he should be on the ground with the team.
He's looking for Tyre. He went over there to hit Tyre, but he could have just dipped into the room to do it.
Yeah,
Or waited
definitely.
until he started to push.
Definitely just, like, play right there.
Yeah.
But
that's something that we'll develop
any of
more
them-
as we play with him more.
yeah, and just, like, he plays a lot of competitive mode, solo queue. So, it's something that's just, like, that comes from solo queue. You feel like you have to make plays. You feel like you have to put yourself kind of out of position, kind of risk to make that extra special play because you don't trust your team. But it's not like you don't trust your team, like, oh, he doesn't trust us as teammates, but just like in the moment, you're like, fuck, I gotta do this.
Going right.
Yeah.
No, they're playing together on point. Fight. And I'm calling for fight there, but we don't, and I bubble aggressively trying to kind of like force a fight, but it's a waste of a bubble. But yeah, if we have junk here, it does either force them to fight or retreat.
I'll come to check. I'll come to protect you.
Alright, sleep.
Nice.
We end up
I got pen.
doing that.
Widow, they have Widow.
And I wasted the bubble earlier. I could have bubbled Mew here, saved her.
They have Widow.
Top back. Nice.
I'm dying.
I'm 90.
Yeah, you can nano blade. You can try to save this.
Oh, that's alright.
A temporary setback.
Ryan purple.
Ryan's down.
Niwu, whenever you're ready.
Widow top mid.
Ready now, Niwu. Now.
Oh, I messed up.
Widow dead.
Nice kill.
Not on a.
Good
I
bubble.
have no shield, no shield.
Diva.
I might die. We should have gone back to our team.
Yeah.
I followed you with the speed boost. Yeah, even without amp, I thought I could make it. But if we go back to the team, it's just an easier retreat.
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't know where bomb was.
I'm just stupid as fuck. Let's see.
No shield.
You like started to go that way and then didn't.
Diva.
There is a door
Right there.
directly behind me that I could just duck into. I just completely forget it exists. I might die. I died.
I was speeding, but I didn't have ammo.
Yeah, you're good. Use that tower. Yeah, boy.
Diva low.
Diva's on a max.
Big. You can fight.
He goes for the
It's a
Hanzo every
5v5
time. I don't
essentially.
know if that's a
5v4.
good call or not.
It was definitely a personal vendetta solo queue thing. The Hanzo was an annoying presence for him as a player. So that was who he prioritized with this tire. And it's something we will have to address as a team, just like when we ult, these are the priority targets. Because I did notice, like, early in the match, early in this defense, actually, he was commenting on the Hanzo, and then he ended up solo tiring him twice. So.
They have a Reaper now.
Alright, play safe.
You will play safe.
They switched off the Widow, thank God.
Yeah,
Reaper's bad.
You think you're the only one in there right now? You're the only one in there.
Ryan purple.
I didn't see anyone. My LOS was so bad here.
I didn't see anybody either. You like swept
That's why I love the call from you there. That's an amazing call because I'm just like, what do you mean there's people? And Ana, okay. And Ana shooting at a Ryan that I saw around here somewhere. But in reality, it's like a fucking Pharah and a Reaper and shit.
Ryan purple.
I have grab here. Oh no, Hanzo and Reaper.
No, he's back. He's fine.
Back up.
They engage. I'm gonna beat.
I didn't call that I have grab here. I should have.
Yeah, blade.
Or actually, what is
Where's your Devo?
Diva's up top, I'm pretty sure.
Back up.
Up. I'm shattered. I'm dead. Ah!
He's purple.
I'm not dead. Oh.
huge bubble.
Zero behind you. Zero behind you guys.
No, we lose that. So I
tried so hard
think
to kill
Niwu and I did call the grab blade combo.
Back up.
But something caused him to not be there for the grab. So either I needed probably the dragon.
Probably got dragon.
Or the Ryan did come in aggressive here.
He was up top, I'm pretty sure.
So where is he?
Or actually, what is
Where's your Devo?
He was up top, I'm pretty sure.
Back up.
Up.
Nah, I didn't even communicate with Nima. That's on me. I guess I thought I could make a play. 75 energy, just like spam into the graph.
I'm shattered.
We do get beat out.
He's purple.
We do get a kill. Well, we go too deep. Once the Rhine lives this, we gotta back out. But we chase.
D.Va behind you. D.Va behind you guys.
My skate.
Oh, I'm
Back up, back up, back up. Shield me if you can. Oh, never mind.
Ryan sleeping, Ryan sleeping, Ryan sleeping.
We're just coming.
Mew's anti. I think he saved Mew actually. Oh no.
That's fine. That's
Shield
fine.
move.
And this is another example of us, like, we lose a fight, but we're not fighting on cart. We give them a lot of distance.
Ryan sleeping, Ryan sleeping, Ryan sleeping.
We're just coming.
Help your Mew if you can. Nice, 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 nice.
So we lose Mew, and that's already like 10 meters between her and cart.
Yeah.
And then the rest of our team, there's another 10 to 15 meters. So that's what I mean by like die on cart. I'm literally just saying like die so it doesn't progress.
Shield hops there.
If we're all dying one after another on cart there, we can group up and spawn and get a clean fight because it won't have moved far enough to be threatening game.
We got a tower here. It's even, it's even. Go, 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 go.
Slide does pull out the hero
Hanzo
tire.
top back. Hanzo top back. I'm low health. Spamming me.
I say go, but you have no tanks. Don't go.
Baby D.Va.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Hanzo, you gotta watch out, Hanzo.
We're still in a really bad spot here. We lose Nemo.
Hanzo's gonna get you.
He's gonna charge me. He's gonna charge me. Never mind.
I was waiting for the charge, so I could boop it away.
I'm just bouncing that Reinhardt.
Take a fight. Take a fight.
Reaper's got Blossom. Reaper has Blossom. Reaper has Blossom.
I'm dead.
Oh, I'm dead too.
Yeah, same.
Everybody dies.
Go stall. Go stall. Oh no, it's overtime. Niwu's gonna clutch us. We got this shit. Touch, 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 touch. Oh.
Too far.
And Nemo was in the back line harassing Kroski, so he couldn't even touch to give us a second.
Wait, did we go in?
That's fine. Hold on.
What are the...
Heck yeah. You deserve to sleep
This is
after
where I do not know what.
Eat some popcorn and we'll
Nemo, if this is
I'm hearing it's a yes.
We'll see what happens.
No, it's a yes. I hear a yes.
We're gonna dive the close bridge at first.
Oh, sorry.
We're diving the close bridge at first. If they pressure us, we drop down. If they don't pressure us, we can keep going.
The top one?
Right here, right here. They have Zen, careful.
Did you see that fade? I faded onto that.
Oh, she's so
Starlord
never
down.
works.
D.Va 1. Oh, I'm out.
Oh, I'm asleep. Ah!
How'd you get up here?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I faded.
I'm on Zen.
Ah, I gotta get up.
I didn't call Zed's position. I don't know what I would have called for positioning here. And also, as I was saying this, Mew was like, I need help, so she was probably low. I get melted immediately. This is a bad dive by me, and not one that was staged nor communicated ahead of time. So this was just like a bad solo queue play by me.
We're not. Okay, this is I'm coming up now.
They have the McCree, they have the Z.
If you time it right, you can fade up there.
So yeah, between the McCree and the Zen Orb, unless our dives are really quick and precise, one or the other will melt us. So our win condition is diving one of the two because they're both pretty immobile.
Ow.
Nice.
And that's how they balance Overwatch.
I have no mech though. I gotta poke. I'm close. Nice. Oh, Mew. We go on the Zen. We go again.
Oh, that was my bad. Oh,
Go now.
Terrible mistake.
Go.
I'm lagging. I don't know what's happening.
It's okay. I got two.
Nice. That was a good dive.
That was kind of what I was talking about with D.Va, where you kind of don't want to fly all the way in unless you guarantee kills. So that was one of the rare flies where I'll go all the way with my fly and like have to walk back. So imagine if there's still like 3 teammates here when I do this.
Yep.
Like 3 of their teammates. I'm immediately dead. 379 health. I trade for 2, but So that's where D.Va is super tricky. Is it's super easy to get melted if you hard commit when you shouldn't. It's okay, I got 2.
Nice charge. Straight into the back of cart.
Place. So I don't realize it here, but he's getting pocketed by an Ana. He can die a lot earlier if I just hard matrix.
Yeah.
I start seeing the Ana heals, I'm like, oh, you're getting matrix, but then she nanos him. That was a fake out. I wanted them to think I was like going into server for heals, and then
No one on point, no one on point, no one on point.
let's go.
I got kicked again!
Zero mute ECs.
Somebody else pause.
Like, how the fuck do they
On point.
How the fuck do you not see that she's just walking into the fucking abyss?
They were a little salty too, because some of their teams stopped playing when we said pause. Which is just like an unfortunate thing. But yeah, we should talk to Mew and make sure, like, are you in or out? Which I think she was actually out.
She was out.
So
She
it's
was
just
walking from cart back underneath and off the map.
Yikes. But on her end, she got kicked from the game and had to re-enter via the client. So that's just something that's unfortunate. Something we can't really communicate and be like, hey, this is what happened. But yeah, it's just shitty.
That's alright, we got it.
It's okay, we got Nero.
Welcome to you. Frick. Oh. There's 3 that just got bad spawn.
Hanzo low, Hanzo 1. Got him.
No, we don't need it. We don't need it. She's back, I think.
Oh, she's back? Are you with me?
She's back.
So yeah, she just jumped off the map there. But yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know if that fight necessarily should have been won, and or this map should have been played the way it was played, but whatever. Let's keep going. Nice. Dink, try to play card for us. Hanzo.
McCree behind top.
I can't play cart. Ryan's
What am I doing? Who's here?
So where did everything go wrong here? We didn't communicate that they were already in. Dink, try to play card for us. Hanzo.
McCree behind top.
I can't play cart. Ryan's
What am I doing? Who's here?
What's our comp?
I say Ryan's here, you look down and get it chattered.
We don't need it.
Yeah. Oh, she's back? Are you with me?
She's back.
So Mew's back. That's something as Winston against Reinhardt. I don't know if like Mew's aware she can make that play or thinks about making that play, but she can totally just like bubble a shatter. Which would have been easy to do there because it was kind of telegraphed. And as a Ryan player, she can read the Ryans pretty easily.
On it down.
But
Nice.
we pick you pick the Ana here. We lose our Pharah.
McCree behind top.
I can't play cart.
And that's me. That's not me going to cart. That's me looking for the Kroski, looking for the Hanzo here. And then yeah, and I shouldn't have flown yet. I just panic flew, and then I burn all my cooldowns. So this is just bad D.Va play by me. And then, oh hey, a D.Va. There's no shield around. Boom. Wait, I keep mech. Big heals.
Somehow.
I'm on the Rhine.
Bomb.
I'm on the Rhine still.
Oh my god. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, I am.
I'm going with my ult.
Go. D.Va low.
So that's an example of when I like using the Z. Is like rather than clutter the comms with I almost have mech. I can just spam it right there. And y'all know like okay, we go now.
Kitty come to me. Ryan low.
5% call back.
And yeah, y'all see like, oh, we got mech. We don't have to hide from this high noon. We have a diva with a fresh mech.
Got the Hanzo, got the Hanzo.
Run.
Diva with me up top. Diva top.
And I do hard commit here, which is a mistake, but it ends up working out because they get so low.
Got the Diva.
Let's go!
This is not your time.
I have diva bomb, widow top left.
Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so bad.
Bad spawn. Get him. Zen could die.
Run. Careful beam.
I am the best,
Widow. There's a widow mid.
I got cart. You guys go.
Do you go for high ground or bomb there?
I got killed. Neither, I was trying to get out. So the reason I stayed in as long as I did is Bean didn't cancel his fly.
Get him. Zen could die.
So I had to burn. So right here, Bean's like 2 HP. And caught in open space with no tanks in front of him. Careful Bean.
I am the best,
Widow. There's a widow mid.
And he gets out and calls himself the best without realizing I burned my entire matrix and my mech to distract them.
I got cart. You guys go.
I got killed. Reset.
There's a widow mid.
So at this point we do lose 2, and they burn a shatter for no reason.
Widow mid.
I got shattered.
Yeah, just reset. No ults.
Oh my god.
Which is really good for us.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Derek? Shots hitting?
Pretty good, man.
Heads being clipped? Hell yeah.
I was still doing good up to that point, and then we got to that the top of the hill, and then I started falling off. And like that.
And sometimes it's not you as a player. Sometimes they've just adapted their play to not give you the sidelines, to not peek you. And that's where you gotta realize as a player, like, hey, I'm not being effective, and make the call yourself and be like, hey, I'm gonna move off the widow to something. I'm not getting the shots in. I had way too many hours on widow before switching over, and I like in comp I had to teach myself to recognize those moments where it's just like, hey, this isn't the time nor the place. And like heavy shield comms, goats, Hanzo, because Hanzo's head is annoying as fuck to click as widow.
Yeah, it is.
I usually try to double body shot at this point just because it's so annoying. Plus that first body shot can pressure the Hanzo away. But yeah. Sometimes if you're just like, if you're not in the shots, just realize it and
is it cool if you can
make the switch.
If
So I think I'm safe here, and then my health fucking disappears.
Battle Mercy?
Oh dude, they just... Yeah. Oh my god. Alright, I got coalescence.
I was totally just trying to chill. And
Uh-oh.
unfortunate.
That's fine. That's fine.
I could have totally lived that too. I didn't realize it was this fucking pillar, this thing, but on this other side I could have just dipped behind. That's...
He probably could have got behind those boxes too. But...
No, that's fine. He wasn't...
At that point I was like, my mech got melted, I got melted.
Ready? Are we good?
3, 2, 1, go!
Battle Mercy, baby!
Let's go!
I'm on the ride. Ryan can die. Okay.
So the reason I insta-bombed there is up until this point they have every indication of winning the fight. They're like, we're aggressive, they're back, they're holding back, they're scared. Their supports are floating in open space. What I've been talking to Mew about, like whole corners, always play cover, they're not doing that right now. So my bomb punishes them for that because they don't have the time. They don't have the Lucio, so they can't speed.
Like I said, that's why I like using it for like aggressive.
Let's go!
Yeah,
it's totally comp dependent though, because if they have a Lucio there, they just speed behind cover.
Okay.
Poor buddy.
I'm pushing up.
Jank, take Carpus.
Widow top. Nice.
Go, Widow.
Go.
Nice.
We can push?
Yeah, door.
Wait, let go. Go away, I have a bomb.
Watch out.
What? Oh,
Hating the dragons.
Yeah.
Then one. Zen 1, Zen 1.
Zen slow.
I don't know if I should have dove the Zen there, if I should try to get out. Or if we should have just like recognized the Zen right away and gone on them together. Because
Yeah.
leaving him there, like Mew leaving there, is a big deal.
Yeah.
That causes me to die because there's no more pressure.
Watch out, watch out.
Oh, she ate it!
Zen 1.
And like to his credit, Chris is usually the one that's with me on the correct target in these situations. So that's something we can definitely take note of and credit him for, because even though he is making the solo queue plays here and there, his game sense overall is very, very good.
Yeah.
Zen 1.
Zen slow. He's getting healed up. He's
I know one.
Genji's one.
Devo on me.
I'm back.
I got you. I got you.
Kill Kurt. Kurt.
I'm here.
Run one.
Diva.
Totally worth it.
Hell
Totally
yeah.
worth that res.
Big res.
Oh god, I fell.
Niwa fell off.
Oh, I died.
Yeah, we need to just reset this, which I think we do. Oh no, I die.
We reset it eventually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ball here.
Not the way that we should have, but
They don't have McCree anymore.
They do have Zen, which I should take note of and realize, like, Hanzo and Zen, I'm probably gonna get melted.
yeah.
Mew, you here?
What?
You, yes? Yes.
I wish this character was
I
more
get it
viable.
when you're not doing anything.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm behind them right now. I'm behind them.
I thought she might have lagged out.
Yeah.
Alright,
And
let's
she's
go
just
now.
like, what?
Again.
That sleep dart dodge.
Never mind.
I've had to train myself. So if I swing into Hana at the beginning of that, Nii would not pick her off. I just miss swinging into her with my
Alright, let's
speed.
go now.
Just barely.
Can I get top off behind you real quick? Never mind. I'm good.
So we commit Coalescence, they commit Trance.
I'm on the diva.
Watch out for Hanzo, right side. I'm shattered.
Hanzo down.
Watch
Hanzo down.
Zen. Get the Zen.
I'm getting body blocked. I can't get out.
I can get the Zen there too.
Doing this.
Yep.
Watch out.
Yeah, that was solid.
It was sad for me because I got 3 of them. I'm just like, oh no.
Diva.
Ryan low.
Ow. I got my ult.
In general, as a Widowmaker here, the positioning you're in is super risky.
It was, and I got picked off by the Hanzo for it.
Playing far back lets you play super relaxed, but most importantly gives you sightlines to the cart. So rather than going for those like hard headshots on the supports and the DPS, you can just lay into the fucking tanks.
I think what happened here was I was trying to get back quick, so I jumped over the left side there, where I'm at. I jumped over that because we were pushed up so far. And I wasn't expecting everybody to be low health, so it was just like, look at the moment, I'm like, oh, I can take this high ground type of thing. But yeah, I get exactly.
I'm just saying in general, like as a Widow, you can definitely afford, like, say you're not hitting your shots, say you're like, oh fuck, I'm like midway through the match, my shots aren't hitting. Sit back and lay into the tanks. You get your confidence up on those shots hitting. You put so much pressure on them, along with your tank line, and like you're helping your team out rather than missing shots and getting you ahead. Cause like trust me, I've been there. Shit sucks. And yeah, laying into those tanks helps. Like if you're doing that here, the Diva's dead.
Yeah. I get too cocky right here and try to headshot the Hanzo, and he fucks me up.
So many times their Divas are able to get away, and they're super low.
Yeah.
I think that's just like a little mid-fight focus we can work on.
And again, like you said, if I'm back there, that's like 3rd time that she would have been demeched.
Yeah.
She's all the way in the back now.
And yeah, the Hanzo got you there. I mine here? Yeah, I mine here.
I have to get out.
I don't call it ahead of time, which is a bad move. If if I call that ahead of time, if I'm like I'm mining here, I don't know if our we had a Reinhardt, didn't we?
All the way in the back now.
We have Winston.
We have Winston. So yeah, if I call it ahead of time and Mew jumps in, he can bait out whatever. She can bait out whatever, and fucking the Winston bubble eats all sorts of shit, and the mines have a bigger impact. Which that actually happens, but Mew dies.
Yeah, it does. She does.
Line one.
But me not communicating it there doesn't help anything. I should definitely call that.
Got him.
Got the Ryan. I got the Ryan. D.Va.
Good call by Niwo on the Lucio. Lets me know who to go for with the slam.
D.Va's down.
Get the D.Va. Get the Ana. So where do things fall apart?
I don't know what happened here.
Yeah, where do things fall apart here? I think it's like on the trickle in. I think it's a Rhine. We don't respect the Rhine enough.
Genji.
Mew doesn't bubble the shatter.
Big punch. Oh.
And we lose Slight and Bean.
Yep.
Oh.
What the healer's dead?
So a couple missed bubbles on shatters. And just like not tracking the shatter in general. So if we call the shatter, maybe Mew goes for that play. And at this point, we just have 20 seconds left, and I'm like, okay, time to hide.
No, we don't
have time.
I'm dead.
I can touch. Hopefully they push up. No, you're good. I wanted the C9 so bad, dude.
Hilarious.
I wanted it so bad.
Go.
I'm here.
Me and
We
I
got
have
that,
a
Hanzo. Go back and my thing.
Yep. Oh, they got Reaper. Lucio one.
Run on point, half.
I'm going home.
Dead.
Check.
D.Va. Half.
I'm on D.Va. I'm gonna die.
At that point, I was just trying to zone him off. I noticed that watching the stream is once you guys were there, I should have started doing hamster things rather than just like sticking my body to the payload.
Lucio one.
Run on point, half.
Because I take so much damage from Ryan, I give him another shatter there.
I'm going home. Check.
D.Va. Half.
I'm on D.Va. I'm gonna die.
Hanzo, please.
Guard.
Hanzo's in spawn.
Try to push him off.
We win! So close.
We don't win. Point zero two.
Man.
On and down.
Uh-oh. He's
On
one. I'm on his down.
The Reaper was a really good counter pick on their part.
Yep.
We had Moira Mercy. There was no nade, there was no armor pack, so Reaper's damage, like if it got there, it got there.
Damn.
This is a fight. Alright, that was a long ass VOD review. I'm gonna go grab some food.
Yeah, it's been like a long time.
Holy shit, it's 2 o'clock in the
Alright,
morning.
see you, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Later.